everybody. Guess who we have in house?
Coming in hot.
Skylar Astin.
Yeah, no, I like that.
Skylar looked at me and he said, "Dude, I don't know what you're doing, but your body, you look like your God was making a joke,
bro.
I mean,
You don't have to compliment him like
honestly,
that.
you're
already our friend.
I wish he didn't look so good. I want to hate him, but he looks great right now.
You can't hate on the kid.
No, never. Well, I never do, but I like to tease him, but I couldn't. He actually looks great.
Thank you.
Looks great. Your
Dude,
arms look great.
I shaved my forearms.
I have a bone to pick with you.
Oh, I have a bone to pick with you. This is wonderful.
Guys, relax.
Perfect.
Great.
Well, let's kick it off.
Okay, great.
Well, where have you been, man?
Oh, well, first of all, I've been doing a little thing called working on my craft.
Like
Albuquerque, New Mexico.
That's a great
shooting
town.
a show. Yeah. Shooting a show, but also Santa Fe.
Joking.
Yeah, I shot a TV show there for 2 years.
It's like Iraq with just white people.
No, it's not white
So
people.
Albuquerque, I was doing a TV show called Graves. I'm sure we'll get into that. And then I was just in New York doing West Side Story. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
Little number called West Side
Little
Story.
number, little
That's
ditty.
on Broadway.
A Carnegie Hall put it
Answer
up.
The question. It's not on
Kind of better, but anyway, I'll talk to you about it. But you know what? Let's get into the bones, and then we can like elaborate on the bones.
We'll get
Okay,
to
so
it.
my bone to pick with you is 2015 Guest of the Year comes around.
A lot of competition. I'm
No, I
sorry.
understand. I listened to all the episodes. You
know.
called me a fan earlier, but I'm actually just a supportive friend.
Well, you're a very good friend.
Right, and we all know Michael Rappaport, and I have a lot of respect for him. I've never met him, but we're fellow Knick fans, so
New
you know,
York kid.
he's one of those guys that I feel like I don't know, but if I did, we would be
For sure,
buddies.
you guys
But
would
you don't
know
want to
each other.
lead with that. You kind of want to organically have it happen.
I'll set it up.
Like, hey man, I think we'd be really good friends, but like,
We'll all go lift. I got to hit my back and chest today, so we'll go do
Yeah,
that.
you guys should do that. And
Yeah.
Overwatch.
You guys can spot me.
he's
I'll
fine. He's great. I like Michael. He always makes me laugh.
Sure.
A little, shut the fuck up, Cal. You know what I mean? A little of that.
exactly what
Yeah,
it
it's like a
sounds
kind of perfect impression. But you know, you guys are
Don't
digging
compliment.
in.
For sure, don't compliment yourself though while you're telling a story.
But you know, can't argue the truth. But then Steve Byrne comes up, Tom Segura. You guys are digging through. You guys are going to like Evander Holyfield wasn't that bad. You know
We
what I
never
mean?
said
You know,
that.
50 Cent. Like I actually
50
didn't
Cent
mind
was
that.
very-
You guys are going back to like early. You're like, Will Sasso, and all of a sudden, Evan the Otter is the only person.
Evan the Otter.
he's not.
Evan the Otter the beard.
All right. Yeah, I do like the Otter, but right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We call him the Cub, though.
Yeah.
But we have a closer relationship because he's the only person that even mentioned my name.
He did mention.
Well,
it.
we-
And you guys are like, yeah, that's cool. But anyway, back to like
Well, we forgot. because
Unbelievable.
You've been gone for
You've been
so
gone
long.
so long. and-
out of sight, out of mind. I
A
understand.
little
Yeah.
bit. We've
I
had
understand.
some.
Heavy
Heavy
hitters.
hitters.
No, I understand.
We've had some.
But by the
Heavy
way, what
hitters.
did we say when you said that? We went Skylar Astin.
Dude,
Oh, boy.
I said
And
he
we
is
had to-
good.
we
I
had to
said,
pause.
Yeah, you go
but then I
Sky.
said he went dark on us.
Oh,
You might have. You might have.
He kind of went dark on
I
us.
text, but I'm not dark as a friend.
No, we text.
No, but if you're gonna
we
go
text,
away,
and I also have a great idea for a shirt.
You do have a good
I
idea.
do have a good idea
I
for a
know.
shirt. Silly geese. We'll talk about it.
It's a
But
very-
yeah,
yeah, it's a
but
very
you know,
good
then Brian goes, yeah, Skylar Austin's a great dude, and then and then it just goes back to someone else, and I'm gracious and humble in victory and defeat,
You're back.
but I'm
That
back,
sounds like-
motherfucker.
You're back.
That's not. I just made that up.
that,
What are
no,
you
that
talking about?
sounds like Conor McGregor.
No,
though.
but I just made that up.
He
so
thought
then
he
there's no
stole
way.
from you?
I don't think
Probably,
he
if
did.
anything.
Dude,
if
you
anything.
are. I mean, we'll get into your career and how well and you're balling and your girl and you guys are flying all over the city.
I never
and-
laughed.
Flying all over the city.
Like angels, like pure.
Yeah, we take
angels.
helicopters to lunch. It's kind of a thing.
But you're balls deep in the UFC.
Oh,
You're one
you
of the
know.
rare guys who know the UFC pretty well.
Yeah.
Your boy Weidman's fighting Rockhold.
Yeah.
too.
Sorry
Yeah.
about that. I called that, and I feel bad about it.
Hey, man.
You know
honestly.
what? And I
fuck
called
you.
it too, Brian. We both called it. But then this guy texts me.
Yeah.
And then, you know, he kind of swayed me. Like, God, he's right. And then Mark Henry, who was working with Chris Lewitt, he's a close coach of mine and friend. He texted me like, God, I can't pick against.
You're
I
eminently
can't pick
impressionable.
against Chris.
Well, let me tell you
No,
something.
no. I'm way more connected to Chris and his coaching
Yes.
staff. Granted, we have Tark.
There's an
and those
emotional.
guys.
There's an emotional.
I
thing
always
there.
pick my friends,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, but then you had Luke come as a victory lap like the next day.
dude, and he called me out.
I'm sure he did.
He called me out.
But you know what, man? It's going to be different the second time around.
Hey, Skylar, what are you
Hey,
trying to say?
let me say,
This
first
is
of
kinda
all,
controversial. Yeah.
Chris won't make excuses, but I will. First of all, he didn't go to Mark Henry for that camp. He
did
went
nothing?
twice. He went twice, and they didn't like really get into any counts
not?
or anything.
Why not?
Just because he just like
So
what?
he didn't need it.
You know what? He actually had a pretty lackadaisical camp, and he'll be the first to admit it.
Okay, we can't be middleweight champ of the world and have lackadaisical.
Why did he have a
camp.
But guess what's
lackadaisical-
changed now?
Get comfortable.
Guess what's changed now? Everything.
Really?
He goes to Mark. My brother, Milan, big fan of the show.
Love Milan.
Yeah, we all love Milan. Shout out to Milan.
We'll see you at the New York show.
Yeah.
Milan.
Oh, he'll be there.
You got tickets, son.
Yeah.
Milan Astin.
So
You hit me up a year ago. You got him.
So Milan.
It's not till May. It's not till May. We'll
He's
figure it
thorough
out.
though. He's thorough,
Yeah,
and
he
we
is.
love him for that.
For sure, show us a good time.
So Milan went.
Get your girls ready.
He's got fucking like a beautiful mind shit all over the octagon, like notes, so Chris can. I mean, he's gonna look at him like it's the Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
Look, we'll see what happens. That first one was tough to watch.
Tough fight, man.
Yeah,
Tough fight.
Of
I thought
course
they
it
should have
is.
stopped it earlier. And then when Chris threw that terrible wheel kick, it was just all downhill.
It's
from
okay.
there.
I was like,
he was
crying for
doing
two.
well before that, though. Yeah.
Has Chris?
We were texting throughout the fight, and actually in the beginning of the third round, when Chris, I think it got a takedown. He's like, hey, "That's it, we're done. Now we just wait,
Yep.
lay and
I was
pray.
like, this
Here we
is
go."
exactly what he needs to do.
Yeah.
Just grind him out.
Good wrestler, man. Wow, is he
Chris,
amazing.
phenomenal wrestler.
Amazing.
It's gonna be
Dude,
different,
I've
man.
heard some crazy stories
You
about
could
Chris
see
in
it.
the
He's
training
like he moves like a
the
small.
guys
man.
that
moves like
he
a 25.
beats up. That's why he's not scared to go against like John Jones and these heavyweights.
Yeah.
'Cause the stories I hear about him in the training room are insane.
I
I'll tell you outside the show, it's insane.
I was doing. I got some too. We were actually. Chris saw me in West Side Story, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
man.
That's cool.
And we had dinner after. He walked in my brother's fashion show. My older brother,
How
Jay's.
great is
That was your
Yeah.
brother's fashion show?
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
thanks for inviting
He's
us. That's
such a
cool.
good
You
guy.
would definitely be invited.
I
You
used to
would-
model.
you would
You
fly
don't
to
think
New York
I'm
for
more
that?
fashionable than Chris
you go to New York?
Weidman? Have you seen his Reebok shoes? How dare you?
Yeah, I know those shoes are tough.
I know.
But that wasn't him that designed it. Anyway, Eric Decker also walked in.
Straight dime piece.
So
You know what?
gorgeous.
Don't put him up and then me behind him.
I know,
That's
right?
fucked up.
And my
That's
brother-
like putting Callan up on stage and I have to go behind him.
My brother wanted me to walk in it, and I was like, "Who else is doing it?"
You
He's
ever
like,
seen Eric Decker?
Yes, Eric Decker is the
Pure
guy.
dime
I
piece.
just want to look like him.
"His triceps will cut glass."
with his olive skin and his dark hair and his how tall is he? Oh, 6'4".
Yeah, it's like
Phenomenal
Henry
player, too.
Cavey would be
Great
his
receiver.
double.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
You're right. When you're right, you're right.
Right?
God.
And
So
I'm
he was in
always
this-
right. So
your
awesome.
older brother has a whole fashion line?
Oh yeah, dude. Grungy gentleman, dude. I've talked to you about
so
this.
weird. I have a crazy
and you would look so great.
clothing industry.
I've given it to Chris D'Elia. Weidman's gotten all that stuff. I'll hook you up.
What kind of clothing?
Well,
This
you
is
just gave me some of
unbelievable.
this shit. Finally, you gave me
You
my
just
first
got
fighter
it.
in the kitchen.
Fuck off. No way. No way. You
We're
always
just
get
immediately
weird.
going so
We
bad
just
at each
start
other.
going, you're like, you know what, man? I can't do this anymore.
It's just
So how'd your brother get into fashion?
he was
I
actually.
had no idea.
My brother was dating a girl at the time, and she was like, "Look, man, you got to get." It was before 5-4 Club. Shout out to 5-4 Club.
Word.
And they were like,
Good news about them, by the way.
need to. Oh yeah, me too, by the way. And
You don't- you
just
can't
keep
just, like,
one
jump
upping
in.
everyone.
Oh, me too.
Actually-
Actually, just signed an
Yeah,
exclusive
I have
deal
good
with
news about your sponsors. For you.
Wait a minute.
I just met with him. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, but this girl that he was dating said, you got to step your game up fashion wise. And my brother was like, he gets obsessed with stuff, and he was like looking online, and I think the only thing there really was at the time was like GQ. This was like 6 years ago, 7 years ago, and he's like, man, there's really no like men's fashion blog. So he started as a blog for like two years, and it's Grungy Gentleman. So it's all about like being manly, but also, having some fashion sense.
Word.
And then it just evolved into doing collaborations with people like Del Toro Shoes and
Love Del
it's
Toros.
insane. Dude, it's so up your alley.
don't know
can't-
anything about
it's
this.
really weird.
Did you just give us the plot from Devil Wears Prada? Or is your brother really doing this?
No, because his girlfriend would make him all these like gourmet grilled cheeses and stuff like that. And
Then
three
he was
people
the
got that.
assistant to
His
Robert
girl-
Geller,
yeah,
and then he was super mean to
It-
him.
yeah,
but then
yeah.
he gave up the game.
So your brother designs.
My
the
mom's
clothing.
name is Meryl. How weird is that? Anyway.
Your brother designs the clothing.
He does. It's unbelievable, actually. When I
Really?
see that, it's like
I can't believe we're just now finding out about this.
this is.
Callan, who do you know more into fashion than me?
I know, buddy.
It's
I
weird,
don't-
dude.
I would
I'll-
never read a fashion blog. But
My
I
brother is a
appreciate it.
lot like me, but way more street and New York and like urban.
Like
Like
me,
he's
like
very
me.
yeah, kind of, yeah,
like an edge, a fighter.
like exactly the opposite of Callan,
No,
almost
no,
if you
don't
think
say
about it.
that.
Yeah,
Don't say that.
but so he's awesome. I'll
That's
definitely
a tough
hook you up.
industry to do well in.
I
man.
know he's very.
Super competitive.
He is a shark.
Really?
Yeah, he's
He's becoming a garmento.
Yeah,
Does he have a lady?
not at the moment. Yeah, dude, he's a catch, 100%.
Playing it right.
Yeah.
He's
I'd have to see a picture of him. How tall is he?
he's like 5'10". He's great looking. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's weird. I'm talking about my
That's
brother. He's a
intense,
great
though.
looking.
Great.
Great
Well,
looking.
s-
Great looking.
Compared to Eric Decker.
No.
Nobody is good looking.
Well,
compared to
Eric
Decker.
He looks
Decker's
like
a
a
10. Your brother's a
spore.
what?
He looks like a
like
mushroom.
Eric Decker's a 10. I'm a stone cold 4.
You? No.
compared to Eric Decker.
Easy.
No, you're.
Are we talking
you're
decimals?
a
Because
solid-
you're like a 4.8.
You know what? I was
but anyway.
fishing for
You're a
compliments.
solid.
I'm sorry,
You're a
guys.
solid.
So
8.5,
self-deprecating.
I'm not 8.5. No, I'm a
If Eric
7.
Decker's a 10 and you're a 4, we're judging on that schedule.
Let's say I'm a 5.
Girls
You're
like.
because you are a 5 to Eric
Yeah.
Decker.
No,
Maybe
I don't know.
5.6.
Your brother's 5.6.
No, you're 5.6,
Okay, I'll
baby.
take
Hey,
that.
Skylar.
What? Hey, I'm moving in on Brendan. You know I'm always trying to take this job.
Brendan had his shirt off, and he was in a pair of shorts, cut-off jean shorts.
Booty shorts, son.
And we were shooting this this web series that's apparently, according to the International Web Association, which is no. But on there, they were like,
They did say
this
it.
is going
I
to
heard
change
them.
everything. And
Yeah.
You guys are huge in
they
Lebanon,
are the
I heard.
new blood,
It said the
and-
greatest thing since The Sopranos. It's
Yeah,
weird.
I
Man.
don't
I'm
know.
like,
So
it's not even
weird.
the same
But it was the
demographic.
International
weird.
Web Series Council, and they obviously are the authority. And
It
doesn't
said
matter,
something
who
like
cares?
Passion of Christ, eat dick.
It doesn't
this
matter, it
Finding
doesn't
Kids
matter.
3D's next. It's so weird.
That is so weird.
Brennan had
random
his,
stuff.
Brennan had
Very
his shirt
random.
off, and the women in the room who were there to be extras. It was very interesting to see the sort of evolution at work, where they were like, "Oh, that's the biggest, strongest male," and they were like, "I want to breed with that guy," because he had a shirt off, and they were all basically humping him with their eyes.
And I said, back off, demons!
Yeah.
Demons!
And you had
Back!
sage? You had sage?
Oh, yeah.
In your hand? Burning
You actually-
sage?
and
You
a
actually weren't
sword.
even noticing because you were busy
I didn't
trying
notice,
to get. You were
yeah.
trying to get.
I was
mics or
acting.
something.
I was
You were
I hear
getting-
you.
And he walks in, and they were like, "Who's the fucking giant?" And I was like, "What about me? I'm 49 with 2 kids and a wife, but I'm shredded. Look at this dick." And then they were like,
Look
"No,
at this dick.
I know.
No.
I'm
No.
friends with Skylar Astin." They were like,
They're like, oh.
I hear he's not going to be in Pitch Perfect 3. I don't know. Well, I know that was mean of them because that's
Dude,
stupid
that's
to
low
say
blow.
that.
That's so
'Cause we don't
stupid.
know- we
Yeah,
don't know
no.
if you are.
We don't.
Hey,
at
how,
this point.
how exhausted do you get about Pitch Perfect questions?
Well, it's actually funny because it's I don't even want to say something like it's a blessing and a curse, because it's not a curse. It's just it's not original to be asked anything about Pitch Perfect. So fan questions,
Get
like,
creative.
Get creative.
No, the fan questions
Will be
actually,
all about Pitch
our
Perfect,
fans are
right?
pretty legit.
Yeah.
Like, I'll get questions about when am I if I'm gonna fight again. That doesn't bother me.
Sure.
Like, I was in the gym this morning, and there's some guy who I see all the time, and he listens to the show. I have my headphones in, working out. Posted a video, don't worry. But he
Saw it. You look amazing.
he goes, takes my hand and goes, "Bro, when's the next fight? What's coming up next, huh?
Oh wow.
How about Rothwell JDS, man? What about the winner of that?" I was like, "God damn, what? What are we talking about, man?" That's the only time where it doesn't bother me. I don't expect people to keep up with my life.
Sure.
But when they're asking certain questions like, what happened with that Nogueira fight? Fuck, bro.
Well, that's
That was
uncomfortable.
4 years ago.
I always get the questions like, "When are we gonna fuck?"
Yeah, that's
That
so
makes
weird.
sense.
You know what I mean?
It's so weird that dudes keep asking you that. So
Yeah.
I was
Don't say
like,
dudes, man.
what's weird for me is I actually like when people don't, but it's different because it's way more. It's a different career. So like when people don't know anything about who I am or Pitch Perfect or anything like that, it's it just becomes more of a, oh, so you're not just talking to
Discussion.
me.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like people always do this if they don't know who I am. They'll be like, "I'm sorry, I don't know who you're." Like, I don't.
That's my favorite.
It's like, and they're not doing it in a condescending way. Like, I don't know commercial things,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they're actually sorry. They're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I probably should." I'm like, "No, man, that's like fine."
You can always tell when people do know you, and then when people are
Yes,
actually saying
when
it
they're faking
and
it.
pretending.
yes.
Like
Me-
Jeremy
me-
Piven
that-
gets that all the time. "I'm sorry, I don't watch TV. I don't know."
Oh,
Sure.
Hey. Yeah, you do.
You do.
Yeah, you do
Well,
right
like,
now.
like with yesterday, Brian and I were literally in the middle of a conversation talking business. This older guy comes. I thought it was super rude. Comes up and goes, hold on. Gets between us, goes, "Where do I know you from?" And Count goes,
That's the worst.
and Count goes, "I don't know, man. Been a lot of stuff." And he goes, "I mean, like what?" Count goes, "Like right now, currently, Goldberg's. I do the Fire and Kid podcast." Well, one guy
the
goes,
list is long.
he listens.
no, I understand.
The
I
guy
understand.
goes,
But it's a lot of little stuff. But yeah.
No, don't say little stuff though. That's now because that's
"Nothing's
small
reoccurring,
parts.
but we'll figure it out."
Those
later."
are parts. No.
So he goes through, his main stuff, hangover, blah, blah, blah. And the guy goes, "Yeah, no. All right, have a good day."
It's the
Just
worst.
walked away.
Hey, man, I want to be like, "Hey, motherfucker, turn back around."
Yeah. I think they get nervous and they're not thinking, so they make a beeline to you and say, "I'm gonna go ask the question now."
Let me make a comment. Hey,
Yeah.
where do I know you from? Fuck, man.
The worst.
Kelly goes, "I'm an actor." He goes, "No, I know that, but what would I recognize
When
you
you're
from?"
super famous, I've seen people who are super famous who get a lot of this. Like, "You don't remember me, but I bumped into you and you said excuse me." And okay, people want to make that
Dude,
connection.
Tim and I were at a Super Bowl event, a Super Bowl party, and I went to get coffee. He came with me, and there was this super attractive girl sitting there. Of course, I beelined for her. And somehow we were on a discussion. She's like, "Who you here with?" And blah blah blah. We're talking, and Tim's name come up. I can read people. I meet so many people. I can read people if they're bullshitting right away. This girl, 100% did not know who Tim Tebow was. Yeah. Had no clue about football, nothing. Yeah, she was very introverted, super into books, very educated. She was just working the event for money. So his brother comes over. We're talking. She's like, because all these people are flooding Tim. She goes, "Should I know him?" And we're like, "I mean, no, not if you don't watch, if you don't know football." She goes, "What's his name?" And then we're just like, "His name's Timmy Turbo." His name's
Timmy Turbo.
No, we said his name's Tommy Turbo. She went, "Tommy Turbo. That's interesting." And then when she's leaving, she's all, "See you, Mr. Turbo." Dead serious. Dead serious. I loved it.
That's
it was
great.
Oh, that's great.
Bless her heart.
He is painfully good looking.
And loves you.
He's so gracious. He's so gracious with fans.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
So my biggest pet peeve is because I'm an actor, right? So I obviously can tell when people are false, lying. Bullshitting, lying, anything like that. So when they do the thing of like, they don't want to just come out and say it. And I mean, like when you get it enough, there's a routine and you see it in their eyes. The second they come up to you, I know you want a picture.
Yeah.
I just know it. Mm-hmm. And I'm eating or I'm doing something. And it's just like, they have a routine. They can't just admit that they know who you are. They respect your work and they want a picture. I
think they're nervous, especially if it's you and your girl, right? Because your girl's famous.
Sure.
If you guys are eating, I think it's. I don't. Think
well, eating actually pisses me off.
Do they have questions about what it's like to be on my podcast, or what?
That's like probably one of the last things they ask. And then
I don't know.
what's funny?
Do they come up? They're like, "Listen, I heard you on Friday Kid. Is there any way you could get a dick pic from Brendan?"
Exactly, and I have so many readily available.
You do.
Well,
what's Brian like in person? Like he's tall.
Yeah.
Is he that nice in person?
He's so
yeah.
funny.
But
you've seen him model yourself after him.
Are they really rich?
Like,
yes, and they're getting richer. And the only reason why I really actually want to finish this is in fear of sounding like a complete douchebag. Just being like, isn't it annoying when people come up to you? Anyway, Chris Weidman's fine. So, no, I'm humble about it. I'm gracious about it. I appreciate it. It's just when they do the routine of I don't know who you are, but they know exactly who you are.
But enjoy it, my man, because the day you walk in somewhere and they don't do that, you're like, fuck.
No, I don't mind it, man. I don't.
Because that means you're not working, my man.
I'm working.
Hey, that
I'm
means
elevated.
You ain't doing shit.
No, I'm just not in like movies that everybody.
I wear a fake nose.
Look, I want to be known.
Me and John Manziel both did.
I want to be known for my work. It's not that important.
Hey, Daniel
to me.
Day-Lewis, relax.
I just want to live in a cabin for 6 months and tackle one roll at a time.
I don't know.
No, it's all about balance with me. So, of course, I appreciate it. It's just, it gets a little annoying when you're at the airport and someone's just like, no, I just feel like I know you from something and I don't know.
Like, can you sing for
And
me?
then they do this, and then they do this. This is why it's painful, because the bad acting, when they go, oh, wait, hark.
Hold on.
I know what it is.
Are you from...
I don't want to say fever pitch.
It just hit me.
Yeah.
Are you... Can I sing for you?
And then all of a sudden...
Honey, come here. 7-year-old comes up.
Yeah.
Show him what you can do. Can you sign her?
She has a backpack with my face on. But then it's like, but then it's like, yeah, it is pitch perfect. And 21 and over. And I watched Ground Floor. And then it just all comes out. And I actually saw this web series you did in 2007. And you're like,
son,
oh my God. Jesus Christ.
Good problem to have, though.
Yes. And it's just losing so many fans at this moment.
No,
It's just so rude.
No, because I watched that special on Ronaldo and women, and this happens to me a lot, but they call me the Ronaldo of acting, but Ronaldo, women will run on that pitch, and they have a special group of people that just obviously keep them away from him, and these girls cry. They cry. They just want to see him, and a lot of times Ronaldo will be like, bring her over. It's no problem. It's okay.
Ronaldo,
and then, of course, they come over and he goes, calm. It's okay. Take it easy. And he hugs them. They're like, easy.
They're just attractive ones. He's like,
yeah.
No,
come on over.
To everybody, he's beautiful. He's
a great looking man.
I bet your fiance gets some stalkers. Because girls have it way worse. Because like if if you have a girl who's attracted to you and she's on Instagram or Twitter, and let's say she's stalking you or whatever, harassing you, she can't physically really do anything. She can be fucking weird and all that. You can block her and that's the end of the story.
Right.
With girls, they got to worry about some stuff, man.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
Skylar trans.
Jesus. I mean, yeah, there's been some things, and it's just it's tough, man, because
girls, it's way tougher.
it's a girl, and you're just like, come, like,
It takes
God,
one
like,
crazy person. That's the problem.
look.
Well, Whitney,
I'll kill someone, but
I think
I'll
Whitney
kill
was
everyone. But
telling me,
I get that way, I'll kill
it was
everyone.
set of skills.
Well, because
No, I don't. I'll just kill.
Because you're a man.
I just get so angry. It kills
But
me.
your girl, man.
I'll die for her.
Dude,
So,
Man. I wish
and
you
my
would stop-
eyes become all
I wish you
black.
started singing that.
Yeah,
I
right?
wish-
Die for her.
I wish you. I
Yeah.
would die
for her. I would do anything. I'd die for her.
Girls all,
I'd even sing. I'd die for her. I gave her a ring. I'd die for her. Do anything. And it just becomes a really weird descending lullaby, though. Yeah.
You just end up crying.
Yeah. She gave me a ring.
Careful of being too sensitive. You have to be a little mean too, so you keep her on.
Keep her on her toes.
No, when you're with
Yeah,
She
keep her on her
better
toes.
know if she.
that's the best when someone gives you advice about your relationship that you have
I know.
of great.
Especially from Brian and I. Don't
I
take
die-
any advice.
I
from
know.
us.
But
Die
look,
for
that's
her.
I wish
But if
I'd
she
loved
crossed
anything
me-
as much as you love your girl.
I know, right?
I've never seen anything like it in my life.
Well, that's because you and I are dead behind the eyes. Now, here's the thing.
We're a couple sociopaths.
That's because
It's not like who I am. It's just
no, you're
who
a good
I am
you're
for
just a good
her.
person. Yeah.
I am a good person.
You guys
I have good
you
morals.
guys are right for each other.
We are. We're
If
both
you-
Libras.
Dude, yeah,
Well, you
that
both
doesn't
sing.
matter.
You both sing. You both perform. You both dance. you
yeah,
both
but
come
it's
from
not.
that-
We do duets
together.
now.
Your life is a musical. I'm home.
What's for dinner, bitch?
Jamming, but don't call me a bitch. You've never done that before.
Why
Why'd
the
you
fuck is
start
there
when
no-
you sang this?
Why isn't there any pot roast in my fucking on the stove?
And we live in the 50s because we're having pot roast.
Yeah,
She
pot
just
roast.
stays at home. No, I mean, if you guys don't make it, we're all screwed, man.
We're kind of the hope for everyone, huh?
You really are.
Well,
You're the real couple.
Good
I think
news,
you guys
man.
you guys want kiddos?
Oh,
We
for
talked about
sure.
it?
For sure. Oh, yeah. Big drink. Well, mazel tov to you. I haven't really,
Little Brown's a cutie.
haven't congratulated you yet in front of what is it?
Try
How many?
3 million.
3
It's not a
million
big deal.
listeners.
bottom
Yeah,
line is we're doing well.
yeah.
Relax.
Little Brown's a cutie pie.
I can't wait to
don't know
meet
if
him.
you've seen
I should
Yeah,
get him a gift.
Definitely should.
Broncos jerseys. He probably has a lot of them, and they're already.
He doesn't have Broncos jersey. Someone brought him a Cubs jersey that says Schaub on the back.
I got
Not
him.
from Chicago.
I got to go.
We
I'm from the Rockies.
pretty sure
Yeah.
from Colorado
But
though.
he'll wear it, I guess.
Yeah. No, I'll get you something like that nobody's ever got.
Not better than my gifts. I got you a
We'll
good
have the
gift.
cake.
I'm so competitive now,
Don't
so I
say
need
what
to
it
know
is.
what it is.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'll just beat
you
it.
want-
I'll
well,
blindly beat it.
I'll tell you afterwards.
I like
I'll
And
get
you'll
him
be
like an
this.
Aurora Hills like community center
that'd
T-ball
be
shirt,
sick.
vintage from like
That'd be
Silver Lake.
sick with
Yeah,
the tiger
dude.
on it.
Yeah, I'll like search.
Yeah.
Aurora Hill
Yeah.
Tigers. I think that's what they're called.
Did you like
Yeah.
doing your show?
Loved doing my
In
show.
Albuquerque?
Yeah, man, I
'Cause I-
really
Because I
did.
felt
show
bad
there.
for you.
It's a tough time.
You know what?
Yeah.
I don't want
I
to.
did training camps
Oh, you
there.
did. That's right.
I don't want to dog on
we all-
Albuquerque.
No, I love Greg Jackson. That whole that area, Albuquerque was great.
That was
for
my
me.
social circle,
Couldn't
by
live
the way.
there.
Yeah.
for sure. Relax on all the pictures on Instagram. Yeah, Jackson's. We get it.
Yeah, but like you
You're
know,
like round one. Hey everyone,
Round
it's the break between round 2 and 3.
Did you
Hey,
train?
check it out, Carlos Condon.
I'd be the same way.
Non-stop.
Bones
Look who's
entering.
here. Diego Sanchez.
no, get out of here, easy.
Oh, it's Wink.
No, I
was
didn't
like,
take
oh my
any
God.
pictures of any
It's the
unranked
champ,
people.
Holly Holm.
I didn't take any pictures of any unranked people.
Come on, easy.
Did you? Did
No,
you
top
train?
five.
Did you
Or,
train with any of those
yeah,
guys?
Six Gun, dude.
Nonstop.
Six Gun, like it will be at my
Gibson.
wedding. Six Gun Gibson will be at my wedding. He's like
Wow.
become a dear friend.
Yeah.
And you'll get an invite too.
I was about
Easy
to
with
say,
that,
man.
Jesus.
Keep your
Your
hands up.
trainer you've been with for 6 weeks. You're, I mean,
No,
you're
I mean,
besties.
he's
we
fucking
actually have a
aw-
podcast together. It's called Skylar Six Gun. So
Yeah, it's got Six Gun. Yeah, he's a wonderful person.
He's an amazing coach.
Unbelievable.
Amazing. He's one of the best in the biz.
I think Joe Schilling yesterday was talking about Six Gun and saying that if he,
everyone knows.
he
how-
said Joe Schilling said that if I think if he didn't have his coach, that's the first guy.
I talked to Weidman about just going there just for a little bit. It's a little weird with the John of it all.
Can't, yeah.
I know, but you'd be surprised.
A little bit weird what?
I just like love Chris so much. I love Jackson so much. I love Ray Longo so much. There's Matt Serra. I
love
love them all.
everybody.
I love everybody. But no, I see a world in which I even
Chris should go down there.
just for a week, just for a little
'Cause
bit,
I
and
see-
not spar with Bones.
Would
'Cause
that be
one of them
awkward?
will get
Would
hurt.
that be awkward for a fighter? You go from one camp. It seems like almost impossible.
It'll
for
be
Chris.
bad for the press. It'll be too much of a headache. So
Yeah.
we decided against it.
But you think that Chris could benefit? Obviously, anybody could from changing up camps and.
I think what the best thing to do would pay six
Gun to go to that. But that's
to
what I
go
meant.
to come to the East Coast, because for Chris to come there, we're gonna if let's say there's some super fight between Chris and John. If Chris
Sure.
were to beat Luke, right? That's
Sure.
the fight that he wants. Crazy fight. Let's say there's some super fight in Madison Square Garden. Chris goes down to Jackson's. They're gonna pick up on his movement, tendencies.
Sure.
They're gonna see what he's bad at, and they're gonna especially Greg Jackson.
Yeah.
He's gonna the fucking Yoda of MMA is just gonna be like shunk, download it.
Yeah. By the way,
Fucked.
I mean, I don't know a world in which this really exists, but like, what I would recommend would be, let's say Chris happened to be visiting me on Graves, or maybe even like I got him a small part because sometimes I do that for friends.
Thanks,
you know what I
bro.
mean?
Take it
But
easy, take it easy.
Hey, we had
you
to
know,
cut you out, Fire Kid 3D. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay, man.
I can't
Thanks
believe
for the
we didn't
call,
use
though.
him. We should have used you.
That's weird.
We tried. He was on. You were on location. I tried to get him for the single one. He wasn't
Yeah.
available.
So you guys got Dane Cook and said what happened?
Hey man,
No, we didn't have Dan Cook.
Easy.
We just did. We handled.
We handled.
So
we
anyway,
sung it ourselves.
The world in which I would have Chris, if he was like happened to be in Albuquerque for some reason or passing through, I'd have him and Six Gun Hitmits not at Jackson's. They would go to like one of the boxing gyms where
a
Johnny
neutral
Tapia
place.
used to,
You know what?
hit mitts.
You know what the
something like
thing is though? As good as Six Gun is, dude, Mark Henry. Here's Mark Henry.
Exactly.
Mark Henry is a fucking
that.
magic.
Yeah, no, this
I
would
mean,
just be
he's-
gravy. This would just be fun for me to see.
It'd be good. Good.
And I'd be like, look what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Between
and they're
Six
both
Star
great
and Mark
people.
Henry, I mean, pick and choose your poison, man.
You
They're
gotta,
both
you
world
gotta, you
class.
gotta. Were you surprised at the Diaz McGregor outcome?
Was I surprised? I was. Of course, who didn't see that was a possibility? No, I you know what? I never. Honestly, I hate sounding like this, but when Connor was walking out, I was nervous. He threw a spinning.
both were.
He threw a spinning back kick into the
Just didn't look like
post, and he kind
always
of
does
missed.
that.
But he
But
kind of missed.
You know what my issue is?
What was that? Was that Capoeira?
I
like,
saw
wheel kick?
but his.
He always does that, but he usually lands on the post. He did miss, which I was like, whatever, maybe just emotions.
Adrenaline.
The thing that bothered me is he wasn't taking it serious.
Yeah.
He was walking through like, oh hell yeah, I'm gonna beat this
Kissing
dude up.
babies
Like,
and yeah.
oh no,
It was
you're
awful.
fighting Nate Diaz,
Yeah,
son.
you got
He's
Nate
gonna bring the
Diaz.
Fight. Right when he's walking out, me and Cal
Yeah.
looked at each other and went, dude, I don't like this
Yeah,
at
Oh,
all.
it was
I'm
bad.
nervous. He's like celebrating before he gets out there.
Well,
Bro,
you think you're gonna clown on Nate Diaz?
What?
And you think you're gonna put your hands down, and he's gonna catch you, and then he did, and then it was all downhill.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys have talked this ad nauseum about Nate Diaz's next opponent.
No, not really.
Not-
We
not
really
really.
haven't. We talked a little bit on Rogan's show
Oh,
yesterday.
that's weird. I
but,
listened to that on the way here. Such a good friend. Anyway.
a little bit. Listen, after him beating a guy like Connor,
And
he's,
Michael Johnson.
he's a huge start. Beat Michael Johnson, it doesn't catapult you to celebrity.
Right.
But beating Conor McGregor, who's the biggest draw by far in the UFC
Yeah.
ever,
Yeah.
after that last pay per view,
And making quick work.
not quick work, but
Yeah.
tapping him out, getting
Yeah.
the job done. After that, you have to give that guy a mega fight.
For
He's
sure.
a legit superstar. Yes, he doesn't go along with the flow. He's not a company guy. He says it how it is, but we need those guys. You can't censor
agree.
those fucking guys.
You gotta have. Well, that's what Rogan was saying. You gotta. Everybody has these personalities. You gotta let them shine.
That's
But-
what makes the UFC the UFC, because you watch NFL, MLB, whether it's on Fox, whatever it is, they give these cookie cutter answers. They're not allowed to express themselves. They get fined. The analysts are up there. They won't pick anyone. It's all bullshit just to fill the time before the game.
Sure.
So in the UFC, the worst thing they can do is limit these characters. They gotta let these guys go, which there's no one bigger personality than Nate Diaz. So I think you give him Robbie Lawler. Dos Anjos is I'd rather see Robbie Lawler. Granted, he's big. He fights at 55. Dos Anjos is just and he's already beat him.
Oh, he's a
Here's my
buzzsaw.
2 cents.
Would love to hear it.
Okay.
What
so
would you do?
Okay.
You're Scrooge McDuck, Dana White. You have no hair, shitty suit. Go.
He's got good suits.
Yeah, it hooks me up with seats. So I think that Nate Diaz might have. It's difficult to decide how he matches up against Lawler versus how he matches up against versus Dos Anjos.
He's already lost to Dos Anjos.
I know he did. Got obliterated with leg kicks and just got destroyed. But it's different now. I think.
You
Wait.
could-
Here's
you could say Dos Anjos has more confidence.
I
He's
know.
a champion.
Well, okay. So here's
Two-time champ.
the reason I can't pick between those two guys matchup wise, because Dos Anjos is just such a special lightweight, and he might be encroaching on pound for pound. He's a dangerous,
He should be
dangerous
up there,
man. Yeah,
especially whoever they match him up with next.
yeah.
If he beats him pound for pound.
So, but I don't like Nate Diaz as a welterweight. Because I don't like any other matchup in the top 5 for him. Tyron Woodley will wrestle the shit out of him. I'm worried that Robbie Lawler will. Did you see what Rory McDonald did to Nate Diaz at welterweight?
Yes.
He ragdolled the fuck out of him. And I'm worried
I'm
about.
not saying he beats these guys. I'm saying you have to give him a major
He
fight.
should. It's between.
go down to 55
It's
in my
between
opinion.
Lawler. In my eyes, if I'm Dana, I go. It's either Lawler or Dos Anjos. And the reason why I say Dos Anjos is because if he wins, he has more of a chance of being a star at that weight
right.
division.
Correct. So this is you basically use Nate. It's a tough fight to beat Dos Anjos, but Nate's the huge draw. So Dos Anjos doesn't bring numbers. He just doesn't. So if he fights a guy like Nate Diaz, it might be something to get him over the hump, to get him in the public eye.
Yeah.
So maybe you do that, and if Nate beats him, you have a major star in your hands.
Mm-hmm.
So for the UFC,
Does Nate beat Dos Anjos? I mean, what did it?
He's got to get off that
fight.
front leg. He's too heavy on that front leg in the first fight. He can't eat
fight,
those leg
man.
kicks. And you got to hope that if Dos Anjos takes him down,
Diaz just in a tough weight
Diaz-
class at 70 and 55.
it's tough. It's tough.
He's
Honestly, a great
He
matchup
wants
for
to
him
fight
was.
GSP.
That's the worst idea ever. Diaz wants to fight GSP. That's worse than all of them. Diaz is a
Maybe.
GSP is he wants to fight GSP because he's thinking about the next paycheck, and that is
Which is
massive.
smart.
That's the only, and that's what you should do. If I was Nate Diaz, of course I would want GSP.
He called out Connor, fought Connor.
I'd
Massive
call out
payday.
Anderson. I'd call out everyone. I'd call out Matt Hughes. I don't know. I mean, I would just
Then
call out like
Brock Lesnar.
that's the thing. Just be like Ronda Rousey. Why not? I would just be like, I
Ronda,
want the
bring
biggest.
it.
Yeah, I
Get
don't
your mind right,
I don't
bitch.
care about matchup. I just want to fight,
Are you
man.
gonna sing Weidman into the ring?
I wish I would.
You would?
Oh my God.
What
What
would you
song
sing?
does he comes after Bruce Springsteen, right?
Born in the
Check
USA?
yourself. Tom Petty won't back down.
Oh, sorry.
Well-
I won't back down. No, but I would sing something different.
What would
You know
sing?
what?
I would sing "You're the best around."
The worst song ever.
You're never
Nothing's
gonna
gonna
bring you
bring
down.
you down.
I won't back
And then
down
let
is
me
a little-
rap over it.
That'd be great. You'd be
Well-
like, yo, Big Brown coming in with the master beats, cause I got this hair and I got some feet, and I got something like that.
Feet.
Yeah,
Got
but like
some
don't
feet.
analyze it
Dude,
because I was.
the won't back down Tom Petty. It's not a song that you're like, yeah,
I know.
get
That's true.
him. It's very lackluster, but it
like a
fits
stoner song.
Weidman.
Because he comes in with that, he's got the
American
flag,
flag.
and he's got this like very.
Although he's fighting another American, Luke Rockhold, who looks more American, so it's a little like when he's fighting Anderson, I'm like, fuck yeah,
Yeah,
Tom Petty.
Brazilian
When you're
killers.
fighting Luke Rockhold, who's a surfer from America, it's like, well,
Yeah.
can we switch this up? Because
Yeah.
the flag.
They tried the East meets West thing. I think they're gonna play that up more.
Boring.
Dude, by the way, Weidman was amazing at that press conference. I
didn't
thought
watch it. I never watched the press conference. So
it
for
was
everyone to tell me
watch like
about it.
highlights or something
I
because
don't.
him and I know, but you should
What
though.
don't.
He got legit like fired up and
About a rematch?
He's like, I'm gonna destroy you.
Oh, you're talking about at the
That big press
the big
conference.
one
Yeah,
where
yeah, yeah.
everyone was there.
Yeah,
Connor
yeah,
just outshined everyone.
No,
and then
no.
And then everyone came out of their like their lane. They're like, yeah, fuck you, man.
Yeah.
And then they started arguing that wasn't very good shit.
Oh, it's
talking.
All of a sudden
embarrassing.
you have, like
It was-
Valerie Letourneau being like, "I'll eat your shit for supper." No, but this is a different one. This is not,
Joanna was like, fuck you. And
Yeah,
then
but
they
by
just
the
started
way-
going back and forth.
but that's real. She's actually one that can actually do
she'll,
it.
Joanna?
she'll rip your face off.
fucking eat your children.
Straight up.
I'll eat your kids.
Serial killer.
You're going to get hurt. I'm going to fuck you.
I
You're
like
like,
the way she
oh
looks.
no,
serious.
She'll
yeah.
look under you. She'll get under.
There's
your
only
feet.
two people when they talk shit who I believe: Joanna and John Jones.
Dude.
What they say, I'm like, oh fuck.
Serial killer.
And
Everyone else, I'm like, bullshit.
if you saw the most recent press conference, because you're talking about the one where Connor came in, he hasn't been back in Ireland for 6 months. You got Cerrone calling him McNugget. This was another one that just happened before the Connor fight.
saw it.
So it was more dominated by Jones.
Yes,
And
DC.
Chris.
Yes,
And Chris
jumped in with DC, right? He went bad on.
He
DC.
said, "No, AKA's done. We're not friends anymore. This is now a joke." He got so real
He needs
on
that.
all of AKA.
He needs that.
It was real, man.
Wait,
that
who
was
got-
no
who
act.
got real on
Chris
AK?
Weidman.
Oh,
He's like, and of course I text him. I'm like, dude, that was amazing. I was watching it in my dressing room for opening night for West Side Story, and I was like, dude, you just got to be so pumped to do this play.
He needs that, though.
Maria.
And he goes, yeah. I'm like, dude, I can't wait for the Rumble. And he goes, and he's like,
Call it a Rumble.
well, that's what it's called though. And then,
Oh, I thought you were saying
Yeah.
Chris is
Have you
fighting.
ever seen West Side Story? You have to.
Well, I've seen the movies
it's one of the
where they
greatest-
fight by singing.
Yeah, it was the great.
It's the gangs.
It was one
I
of the
love it,
greatest
dude.
it's
There's
still one of
nothing
the-
more I like the musical.
It
Look.
still holds up, doesn't it? It's
oh
still
my
one of the
God,
greatest-
it's
I
based
mean,
on Romeo and Juliet. It's
Yes.
the musical version of Romeo and Juliet.
It's incredible.
It's two households both alike in dignity. It's like literally two gangs in the 50s. But what,
I'm very aware of it.
Girl from there falls in love with it. Yeah.
yeah.
no, very
So what
aware.
we did, which was pretty unique, was it was aligned with this outreach program called the Somewhere Project. So we actually had like a cast of 200 inner city high school kids that was like at the choir. So it was this. We did it in this humongous warehouse in Queens, and we had a 40-piece Carnegie Hall repertory orchestra come in
Of inner
with their
city
conduct.
kids?
No.
this
Now
is
we're talking
Carnegie.
about
This is
the Carnegie Hall Orchestra.
Oh, okay, that's a
That
big
was
deal.
that was our pit, and mostly professional actors in the main cast. And it was done in this huge warehouse, and instead of a stage, it was this long basketball like court length, but thinner. It's almost like a football field, just a strip, like a runway. And we made it look like a street. And so there was bleacher seating all around us. So it was
that
almost like
sounds
theater in the
sweet,
round.
man.
It was such an event. And then there was just like 40-piece Carnegie Hall Orchestra like back there with the conductor, and then behind them were these like 200 choir kids. So they
that sounds
sang like
cool.
"There's a place for," like beautiful harmonies.
Jesus.
And they're backing me up when I'm singing One Hand, One Heart. It was epic. Like
How
during
does
the
One Hand, One Heart go?
Oh, come on, man. You got to pay for that.
Come on,
but,
bro.
yeah, I'll do some
How,
stuff. But
how often were you performing?
so it was quick. So since it was such a special like theatrical event, it was only a week of performances. So it's one of those splashy New York things where like there's
So,
only,
but how many shows did you do?
we did 5.
Oh wow, boom, boom, night after
Yeah.
night.
I mean, we rehearsed for 3 weeks and just like put on
That's fast.
full Jerome Robbins
Fuck
choreography.
yeah.
We even
3 weeks is
incorporated.
not a long
Yeah,
rehearsal
dude.
process. Wow.
It was a marathon and a
Damn, I
sprint at
wish
the
I
same
would've
time.
saw it. Thanks for giving us the heads up.
I did though, but you guys were on tour. You guys were in like Tacoma, I think, that week.
Ah, damn
Who
it.
knows?
You're
So
doing high culture and we're in Tacoma.
So he's yeah. So it was just unbelievable. We actually had like a crazy thing where we had it wasn't completely whites versus Latinos like it always is, Jets versus Sharks. We had it's just like Puerto Rico was just like an island, a melting pot like New York is. So it was like we had all
so it's
different.
more current.
Yeah, it was very relevant, and we had these things where everyone like got shoes like Converse, red or purple, Jets and Sharks.
The new
in
ones
the
or
beginning.
old ones?
A mix of everything. So like it was very it almost was like as if you stumbled to this random space in Queens and saw this like weird project version of
sounds
West Side Story,
amazing.
but fully produced sound, fully produced
You didn't
singing.
you didn't change any of the words in the script.
sounds
No,
amazing.
but the choreography, there was mostly of the original Jerome Robbins with all the snaps and stuff. But then we had this guy come in from L.A., Sean Cheeseman, who does like, he worked with like Michael Jackson in the Beat It music video. So he incorporated more like African, more like the fights were way more real. We did this like Russian rope fighting more with the knives. So they were like tethered together on a rope. So it became like a real knife fight. It was like Weidman came and he was pumped up. He goes, dude, I was so focused. Ask me anything. I know everything. I was like,
I
I
would
watched the
love to
whole
see it.
thing. Like
It's a great that musical, if done well, stands the test of time.
it's a
That was
tall
a-
order, man.
God,
Playing
it's such a
Tony,
good-
by the way,
Oh,
like that's a
by the way, that's a-
motherfucker.
Were you
By the
nervous
way, real quick, Tony
In a
playing
way,
Tony
yeah.
is one of the pinnacles
Prepared,
in
though,
musical
you know.
theater. That's one of the pinnacles for a guy.
It's very demanding. It's like so you sing like 7
There's a lot of
ballads.
pressure, huh? Is
Well,
what
it's
you're
just
saying?
difficult.
Because
The
it's
songs-
been done a lot of times.
Yeah.
So to carry that.
So
torch.
everyone in the house knows every note you're gonna sing. They know, oh, that big B flat's coming, and you're like,
That's
I
right.
know too. And I'm doing it dangling off of like a ladder.
Do you do
know.
anything for your voice?
Oh yeah, man. I was living like a
tea,
monk.
honey, or what are we talking about here?
We're
Like
talking.
you won't talk to people.
I try after the performances to do a vocal cool down. I don't really try to like talk because if you're like, yeah, thanks so much for coming from the show, and you're like talking out of your throat, you wake up the next day, you got to do it all over again.
sing.
By the way, Tony sings about 7 ballads in the first act and then screams bloody murder all throughout the second act.
Fuck your vocal.
And you're singing an
When
opera.
Biff is killed, right? That's what.
Yeah, Riff.
Riff.
Death of a Salesman is Biff.
No, I
or
keep it.
or or Back to the Future.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
That's right.
We had
That's
Crispin
interesting,
Glover
man.
play Doc in our
When
thing.
you're a jet, you're the swingin'est thing. Little boy, you're a man. Little man, you're a king.
The jets are in gear.
And
Cylinders
do
are
it.
clicking.
cylinders clicking.
Dude, it's some of the best dancers
Dude,
I've
I
ever
fucking
seen.
wish
too.
I
Really?
saw it, man.
Unbelievable.
Dude,
That was cool.
They're
too.
athletes.
Were you sad when it
Yeah,
ended?
they're super beings. What's up?
Were you sad when it ended? It was just such a grind.
It was almost that situation where I needed a day off so badly because we went straight into like teching the whole thing
hear
into
you.
performances that it was a bit of a relief. Also, like I hadn't like had a drink in like a couple months. I mean, I was trying to live like a monk almost.
Did you have dance moves? Did you have to do a lot of?
Minimal. Tony doesn't dance like what they do. I can never do that. But you know,
Yeah, you're not
there's,
flexible.
there's the dance at
But,
the gym
yeah,
when I
that
touch my
sound-
toes really easily.
No, I don't know
sounds
about
super
that, though.
interesting.
You gotta kick your leg. And stuff.
But I kick over my head though.
No,
So how's
that's
that
interesting,
happen?
man.
That's weird.
It's like when we're doing the Fire and Kid 3D. When we were in it, I was like, "Fuck, man, I need a break."
Yeah.
Right? I was like, we were doing all this stuff, and I was like, "Dude, I just need a break." And as soon as I got a break, I'm like, "Damn, I wish we were filming again."
Well,
I loved it, man.
Yeah, filming is
Might be
great.
yeah, I loved
that was
it.
incredible.
I can't wait to get back on a set. Honestly, I was out of theater shape, and I didn't let anyone
it's a
know
real
it.
thing.
But I was like, the first rehearsal, I'm just like, these people are not the people I've been working with for the past like 8 years in L.A.
When you have to sing
I'm
and
sure
dance,
singing's a beast and dancing.
And dancing? Oh
Acting's
my
a,
God.
on just what we've done, you know, whatever, 14-hour days acting, not a big deal. But when you're doing 14 hours, I mean, you better be in shape,
Yeah.
son.
well, we were running.
It's different
sprinting.
kind. It's a different kind
I'm
of
not saying
shape.
fight shape. Different kind
When
of
you do a
shape.
musical though, and I've done a couple, and the one thing I came away with, I had to fill in last minute. And I had to basically speak. It was like tone poems. They're like, look, you can't sing.
Yeah,
I
Gabriel
sat with her,
Byrne
they're
did
like,
that.
We need somebody comedic. I sat with the writer and she started playing songs. She goes, "Can you just hold a tune?" And I was like, "Yes, I can." You know, it's like, as long as you can do this or whatever. It's like, okay, we'll do it. And I had to dance, and I had to just kind of sing these songs.
You're just
And
William
follow-
Shatnering
like
it.
dance
follow,
and sing beat?
yes, and follow the orchestra. And I got to tell you, talk about exhausting. I just wasn't in shape for it. I
Yeah.
didn't know how to do it.
It's new to you, though.
It's new.
you're
Good
using
luck
tons of
singing the
energy.
greatest American songbook ballads of all time
Well, you
in
better
a
be
row.
trained, and you better have been singing your whole life. 'Cause
Yeah.
if you didn't, then we're gonna find you.
You
out.
just can't. You can't.
Don't say that though. You don't know my limitations.
But
Don't-
you,
don't put
you
limitations
can't.
on
But
me.
just also like the generally, you can't if you're not trained. It's a it's a beast.
Such a talent, man.
Thanks, guys.
Oh,
So good to
man,
be.
Maria.
So you got done with that on the road, and then you got done filming your show in Albuquerque, which is
And-
gonna be on what?
Epics were their first scripted series. I just did ADR for it yesterday. It looks unbelievable. It's like a dark satirical comedy. It's hilarious, but it also it's a wild ride. And Nick
what do
Nolte,
you play? Like the Aw Shucks boy who gets kicked?
who gets
I don't know. I don't know. I'm happy for your success. Like the guy who's such a dick.
You almost were actually right on it.
What do you play? The kid who gets bullied. In front of him?
I play like
Kennedy.
like a Kennedy, but better. No, I'm kidding. No, I actually do play kind of like a neurotic, crazy, like assistant, very idealistic, who looks up to Nick Nolte, who plays. He's like the
I
former.
worked with Nick.
Yeah.
You guys should share stories.
You guys talking about 14-hour days? Try 16-hour days.
with Nick Nolte?
Night
Does he play his
shoots.
guitar with his in his like?
I have stories. That man is a living legend.
Yes, he
Well,
is.
what do you
He's
mean?
not-
'Cause to me, he's just the guy from Tropic
Oh,
Thunder.
dude, he's a
Yeah.
phenomenal actor.
He's
He does shit.
unbelievable. He's unbelievable, but he's also lived an insane life.
I bet. Like, give
he's-
me a story, though.
He's gotten.
It's
fine.
all Hollywood
It's
stories.
like it's Mad Libs, dude. It's like I remember the time me and James Dean and Robert De Niro were all in a bathtub, and
All those
the
stories.
reason why we were in a bathtub is because there's this director named James Schumer, and James was actually notoriously human trafficked. And I mean, you're like, whoa,
back up.
wait,
You just keep
back to
going.
the and he keeps going, and it's
Dropping
like
gems.
and obviously nothing was like illegal that he talked about, but no, but he's I say like there's people that have had 9 lives. He's just 9 cats. Like he's
My friends
a
had
beast.
my friend had a meeting with him. 2 of my friends. We ended up doing Warrior, the movie with him, and he's sitting down, talking, and we did it. It sounds like sometimes sounds like he's about to have a heart attack. And we were talking to him, and he had been running in his pool, running laps in his pool with a towel and oxygen, and he's into all this health stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, "You guys hungry?" My friends were like, "Huh? Well, I guess so." And he lives in this big sprawling.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah. And
Compound.
Yeah, and the sprinklers are on.
Yeah.
He goes, "I'll be right back," and he just goes running. He just
The
disappears.
sprinklers?
They see him running through the sprinklers. He's wearing linen, and he's running through the sprinklers. And they're like, "What is he doing?" And he runs up to this tree and starts pulling these plums off. And he puts them in his shirt.
I
And
like
he comes
him
running
already.
back, and he goes, "Here you go. Let's eat some plums."
Dude,
Completely
he's
sopping
awesome.
wet.
Can I tell you something about that man? He is the most generous actor I've ever
He's
worked
amazing.
with.
What do you mean?
He will give you the best performance when he's behind the camera,
Yeah.
not even
So you look
remotely a
good.
piece
So
of
you
him.
have something to work
He treats his scene partners like gold. He's unbelievable. He's too generous for his own good. There's times because
wow.
he's old now. I mean, he's
How old
not
is
running
he?
to get
How old
plums.
is he?
He's 75, but he's lived. He's got
lived.
some
He's
hip
a
problems,
hard
some knee.
75.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh
yeah,
yeah.
Hard.
Oh yeah, and he'll be
75.
the first to tell you, he's like, I'll be dead soon. So here's the deal, and you're like, oh God,
Yeah.
What an
please,
actor.
Yeah, he
please
ain't lying.
last.
Yeah.
But he has these just like these brilliant moments, man. He's a sweetheart. He's a genius. He's funny. The emotions that man can just channel
Yeah, he's a master.
are out of control.
You remember working with Ian James?
Yes.
I mean Peter James. I'm sorry. Who's same generation.
You know who that is?
Nick Nolte is straight up Hall of Fame. He's a
Oh,
Hall
I
of
know.
Fame.
my
I
God.
joke around. Yeah, the guy's a
He's
beast.
but see, you are a little young because he
No,
was,
he was
had
in
his-
48. No, he was in
Yeah, I'm
48
gonna
hours.
condescend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
48 hours.
Eddie
when
Murphy.
I was
Amazing in
growing up,
48
though,
hours.
he was the guy. Like in 48
He's
hours.
in Gang Squad.
Everything.
One of
He
my
was in
favorite movies of all
Internal
time.
Affairs. He was
Suicide Squad.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
in that.
What
No,
else
no,
is he
Gang,
in?
Gangster Squad. He was in. Oh my
Gangster
God, he's the Barbara Streisand movie. Jesus
Tides,
Christ,
Prince of Tides.
Prince of Tides. That's like his
Yeah,
main
never heard
thing.
of it. What else?
he-
Blue Chips, Prince of Tide.
Blue
I mean,
Chips.
everything.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
Bernie Hardaway.
Zookeeper.
How
He's the
dare
monkey.
you, sir.
I'm not
That's
gonna
right, though.
talk about that.
You know,
No,
he's
did-
unbelievable.
He did incredible stuff, man.
He's just unbelievable, man.
So you had a fun time on the set.
Yeah, it was good. I mean,
So you do that, then you train on your off time.
yeah, I was just going.
Did you
I
see
mean,
any
I
cool stuff at Jackson's?
Yeah, man, I was with Carlos Condit for his entire training camp.
What about the movement coach? Did you
Oh
do
no,
any of
that doesn't happen at Jackson's. But I also went to the ranch with Cowboy when he was training.
How great's Cowboy,
The best.
right?
The best. So another guy just so
Love him.
he'll like he's like the kind of guy that someone will like tweet at him, be like, dude, it would be a dream to come to the ranch. Be like, come on down, man. I'll pay
he's
for your
like,
ticket.
Wednesday, 8 p.m. Come on, I'll buy the ticket.
Yeah, we have wrestling practice,
Yeah.
Jafari. We'll get in with you, man. He loves people.
Yeah.
And he
He
appreciates.
has to be around people. Yes.
Yeah,
He's the best.
he's a real good
love him.
dude. I really like everyone at that camp. I've had a private with Greg. I mean, it was unbelievable. Like,
That's awesome.
yeah. So if we get in close distance, like,
special
watch
stuff.
out for the bows. You know.
The bows, that's his thing.
Yeah.
Elbows, just
He's
elbows.
like, why wouldn't you want to do this? And then he's like, you're gonna go to sleep tonight.
The thing
and
is,
you're
I
gonna
keep
be
you at a distance with my jab, so you know what I mean.
It's
So
weird. Then I
all
got
good.
them 6-gun leg kicks, though. You know what I mean?
Oh no!
Oh.
Please bring your leg kicks because I know nothing
I
about
don't
getting
know.
out of the way.
I just wonder if like Izzy's like ankle picks would even help me in that situation.
Did you wrestle with Izzy?
Yeah,
too?
I took a
He's
seminar
one of the
with
best
him.
in the world too. man.
Yeah, he was there for Holly. I mean, that was all. I was there. I was at the Holly Home Parade. It was a great time to be in Albuquerque, actually.
You were with John too, right? Didn't you
Yeah.
watch? We were texting. You were at John's crib, I think, or something.
John,
like
I
that.
never went to his house. I live really close to him, and it was weird. We always talked about like hanging out, but we were. I mean, I was insanely busy, so like I either went there a lot or I wasn't there at all. And I was in the cage a couple times with like Alistair hitting mitts. I was in the cage with John hitting mitts. It's unbelievable. And Milan was there. My brother was there.
Oh, your brother
Oh
came?
yeah,
Oh, he
he
probably
came out.
loved it.
We went to the Holly Home Parade together. We hung out.
Massive parade.
It was unbelievable. The whole town. Albuquerque is actually a fight town.
Yes, it is.
First of all, Albuquerque is the capital of fight towns.
Yeah, yeah.
Albuquerque-
It's also
you
the
gotta
Wild
remember-
Wild West out there.
for sure.
Yeah.
You gotta watch your P's and Q's in Albuquerque. But Albuquerque is literally it's the capital of fight town.
Yeah.
I mean,
What do you-
they say Vegas has too much shit going on
No.
with gambling, and they have the big events there. Albuquerque is the original fight
Yeah.
town.
What do you-
Jackson started there. You know that
You
that
see the
fight-
saloon doors swinging wide, like that's Albuquerque.
see a lot
No
of-
Country
you get
for
some
Old
fights
Men
there,
shit
too.
Yes.
was filmed in Las Vegas, New Mexico.
Yeah.
A different Las Vegas.
Do you see
like,
a lot of Trump stickers or what do you see? Bumper stickers.
No, I don't. No Trump
Hillary?
stickers. That wasn't happening when I was. I was
Right.
there. You know, it hadn't really
You got a
heated
dog
up.
in that race?
Yeah. Do I really want to do that
Doesn't
right
matter.
now?
It's fun. There's no.
Really, I'm really big into Bob Dole, man. I really think he's gonna do it.
Well, see, Bob Dole. No, see, no,
Yeah.
that's a
really
long time
think
ago.
Bob
dude.
Dole's gonna
I'm
do
just
it.
No,
fucking-
no,
I
you got to
think
go back
Bob Dole-
20 years. No.
Bob
Did you
Dole-
guys see the most recent Rachel Maddow thing that she did about Trump with how he's been encouraging all of this like beating
Fighting,
he's
the
just like
protesting and shit.
he's just like America, we got to make America, his whole thing is making America tough again.
Yeah.
And like in the good old days, he talks about the good old days. He's becoming that fucking racist like
It's working though.
Not really.
he's
Well,
going to
it
be the
is.
Republican.
Not
Do you
me.
I mean, have you
I don't
You
He'll
don't
win.
think it's working?
Well-
How can you say it's not working?
No, it's working. I just
How
don't
can
think
you
he's
not
gonna,
say
he's
it's
not
not-
going to win.
You know, there's like conspiracies within
working.
the
to get to the nomination. Yeah.
there's
That would be
conspiracies
working.
But
within
it's
the
working because of timing where
And
people
fear.
want anybody else
Yes.
but a politician.
Well, I'm just saying it's working. But
Yeah.
however it's working,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying people are like, yeah, let's do
Yeah.
it, which is insane to me.
yeah. Well,
There are people within the RNC that are actually conspiring
Yes.
to call him a leader of like preaching xenophobia to his followers and
Mm-hmm.
kind of deeming him almost insane and not mentally healthy to run
See,
this country.
I think he, if he were to be president, I think he stops all this craziness once he's president. I
No,
think
they're
he's
not
just
going to
doing
let him
this.
get the nomination. They're just going to be like, turns out he won, but he's crazy. And here in the Constitution, in subsection B, that's in red
For sure.
marker,
Stop him from getting
like they're
office.
trying to
No,
find
they don't have a
loopholes.
choice.
I don't know
Really?
because exactly because it's you can't.
He's got to make that deficit up with women that Hillary has and Latinos and the black vote, and he just
And black.
it's
gonna be
very
either Hillary or
difficult to close
Trump.
that gap, and I think that the numbers speak for Hillary. I really do.
I know this is a very strange statement to say, but like poor Hillary in a weird way for the fact that when she's been debated with Bernie, he just brings up all this facts of her
Yeah.
history. And then she's about to go into a whole 9-month situation with Trump where all he's going to talk about is
Yeah.
all of the
You've been in
scandal.
office. Yeah.
You know,
She's corrupt.
she's getting it from literally all ends with the people that she's running against. It's
She's proven to be, according to political pundits and stuff, just not somebody that is that trustworthy. As far
a
as
politician's not trustworthy.
I know.
But
That's
that's
ridiculous,
weird
man.
though, because they're
Isn't that
all
crazy?
evil though, right?
It is interesting. Listen, I know your brother has before we get into current events, I know your brother has his own clothing line.
Mm-hmm.
We have one here too, though.
You know what I wish?
And you know what?
Yeah, I wish it had 2 numbers. That's not the thing, right? That's not what you're gonna say.
It is 2 numbers. You're talking about 5.
No, because it's got to be in the middle of between 1 and 10. So that's why it's different.
No, dude.
That's why it's
No.
different for me.
Well,
In descending order. In descending order.
Yeah. Well,
you're talking about 5'4" club.
5'4"
Only if
club.com.
it's spelled
Talking
out.
about, but now I know your brother's like he's aspiring to be a big fashion guy. I got one for you. He'd inspire to be like Robert Geller. 5'4" collabed with him. Might be the dopest clothes of
Billboards
all time.
around LA, by the way.
Sure, it's
They're
a collab.
everywhere.
It's a
here.
collab. It's a
They're
5'4"
everywhere.
collab. 5'4"
And
collab.
I was talking to 5'4". It's collab.
It's a collab, it's a
Yeah,
collab.
and I've been talking to them, and so I said we gotta make something up. They go, well, where do you think we're down to do it? Little did they know I was gonna go, boom, free Robert Geller sunglasses and 30% off your first order.
Brendan,
They're not-
that's crazy.
I know they're
That's
not too
crazy.
happy about it.
What are you like? You're
But
an athletic Santa Claus.
I know.
Hashtag athletic Santa Claus.
I know. I already said it, so there's no going back. So
Yeah.
there you go, guys.
Yeah.
54club.com, spelled out, 54club.com. Robert Geller collection this month only, month of March. Enter promo code FIGHTER. You get 30% off and those dope-ass Robert Geller sunglasses. You're welcome.
That's awesome. You know what? Before we finish this read, we're gonna do this thing that we do all the time here at the Fighter and the Kid. We're just gonna edit this part out. Okay, so cut.
Yeah.
So hey, man, I would actually really like some sunglasses. Could you actually make that discount happen for me as well?
Yeah, I can. I could actually give them to you.
Everything you're talking about with 5'4" Club
That's
is actually
real.
a thing.
That's real.
It's a 30% off, and you
I'm
get
not honey dicking you.
Like,
It's
you have
real.
money, but yeah.
No, but I would always take a discount as far as this is
You
just
have to take a
being of
discount.
Jewish faith. I will definitely do that.
30%.
30%
But you got to
off.
put in promo code FIGHTER.
I could do that.
You
I
gotta
could do
put
that.
promo code fighter.
I
It's
could do that.
Robert Geller, man.
I know.
All right.
And they
And
think-
we're back
they
on.
think
Yeah,
it's-
so
yeah.
we'll figure that out. 54club.com, promo code FIGHTER. But yeah,
Good stuff.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
talk about it.
I would love
Evan, the cub, the otter, the beard.
I'm so many animals these days.
That's right.
What would you like to be called? We've never asked you.
The pet detective.
I'm not mad at it.
What would you do? You like the otter or the cub, or you just like Evan?
What
the
does
beard?
he really look like?
The beard was fine.
Yeah.
I was comfortable with the beard at this point.
You're not comfortable with the cub?
I'm fine with either. At this point,
The
I
otter's
probably
fun.
get most of the cub.
The
at this
cub.
point.
That's cute.
I got a lot of cub
It's not a
action.
bear,
I'm like
cub.
I
looking
get some
deep
cub,
into your
I get
eyes
some
right now to
bear.
try to place it.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Oh man.
You're crazy tonight
Great
at
smile.
Irvine at the sold out show that we have tonight. You're crazy if you don't think someone's gonna try fucking the cub or the otter.
Happens every time.
You get hit
I
on?
love that one.
Time like clockwork.
Do you get hit on? Keely gets
Every
hit
time.
Yeah.
Keely gets in on
We
more
got
than I do,
650
though.
people out there tonight.
Keely gets hit on all.
Fantastic.
Where was I? Where was I? Okay, I text you. I was at Tebow's thing. This guy's like, Asian fella. Hey man, Special K, what's the deal? I'm like, what do you mean what's the deal? He's like, she have a boyfriend? She does. How serious? I don't know, man. Hit her up on Instagram. So I told him, I don't know, man.
You're in
Hit her up on
Jacksonville
Instagram.
and she's in LA.
Yeah.
It might be the guy. Some guy just sent me a picture of him and his bird.
Here, take the mic.
He sent you a picture of him and his
Well,
bird.
he wasn't Asian, so I don't think it's.
What
that.
kind of bird is it though?
I don't know. It's so fucking weird. First, he sent me a picture like, "Hey, what's up?"
Okay.
And I didn't respond. And then he sent me a picture of his fucking wiener, and I didn't respond.
No.
Jesus.
And
Impressive.
then he sent me a picture of him laying on the couch with his bird on his chest.
What kind of bird though? That makes the difference.
No, I hate birds.
Wait, is it a little parrot?
Yeah,
Because it's like, come on,
It
bro.
was like little.
It's
Was
a
it a gray
parakeet?
parrot?
Was
I
it a
don't-
parakeet?
It was gray.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
an African gray.
He had a red tail.
Yeah.
It's African gray.
I know my birds, man.
We know our birds.
I know
I used to have one. Used to attack me. However,
Yep.
tight move with the bird, bad move with the dick pic.
Let's talk about his piece. Did he have a piece? Was he working with
That's
one? Or was
not.
it
But also,
Was the bird hanging off the piece like a
No,
branch?
it was laying on his chest, and they were like kissing. It was so fucking weird. I was like,
that
"You're
is
fucking
weird. That guy's like
blocked."
literally going at all angles. Like, all right, dick pic didn't work. Let's go. Okay,
What else can
oh,
I
let's
do?
be cute. Let's be cute.
Get
I
the
don't have a-
bird.
What
I
girl
I don't
would
have
be
an
into
adorable
that?
dog.
Like,
I
he
do have this
doesn't know he's gonna
bird.
Send you a picture of his.
All right.
Was it hard?
Yes,
Bird.
but what girl would be into
Bird.
a fucking bird? Like, that's so weird.
Well,
See,
I'm
if
not
I was a
gonna-
girl, I'm like, oh, it's a sweet ass bird. Hey, what's his name? Ah, got me.
No,
Yeah.
you look, no.
That's very strange. He sounds like a
You-
spaz.
well, for
Sounds
sure,
like
shows
an
those pictures
absolute
when we get
psycho.
off
Sounds like
air.
a pervert spaz.
My aunt used to have a bird named Jake, and he was a African red tail parrot.
African.
And you'd walk in like, "Fuck you!" I swear to God, I'd be like,
Awesome.
"Hey, Brendan, fuck you," and just do it nonstop.
There's an
Spoke-
African gray-
They can learn tons of.
1,100 words. There's an African gray in UCLA that can speak in sentences and knows 1,100 words. Wash the dishes says all these sentences.
He
They're
washes
brilliant.
the dishes.
Well, She can say all these things.
No. The parrot washes
Yep, no,
dishes.
she goes, "You
Fuck
should-"
you.
she goes, "You
The
should."
parrot's like,
When the dishes are dirty,
The parrot's just like, fuck you,
You
Brandon.
have to-
Gotta do
when
these
the dishes are dirty,
dishes.
she goes, wash the dishes. If you know about birds, they had a special on crows.
the closest thing to dinosaurs.
Well, no, they're also as smart as dolphins. Crows. They were talking about how crows they would take nuts. These crows would take in their nuts, and they would leave them out, and cars would roll over them, like
And then
over
they'd
the
eat
shell,
'em?
and then they eat them. They can use.
Wow.
They
That's
do
not that
all kinds of
smart.
crazy stuff.
You ever see a crow with a can opener? It's unbelievable. That's how I open all my beans, bro.
That's exactly right. My pet
I go,
crow.
hey, crow, open these black beans. Fuck you, Brandon.
Fuck you.
And then it
Opens it
uses the
anyway.
Hey,
can opener.
hey, what a terrible animal, man.
Right?
What a fucking to have a
I had
pet
'em.
bird.
I had 'em. I had
a
two.
ton of them. They fucking
I
suck.
had snakes and birds. Kiss
and they
my
clip
ass.
their wings. Hey man, I want to see this thing
And
fly
they
around.
freak out. They're like, "Wah!" You have to cut their wings.
Yeah,
I
man, you gotta clip the wings.
I dated a girl
And they
who
shit
wanted
nonstop?
macaws. And
Awful.
they were like they're $1 million. And she's like, I want them. And I was like, oh, fine, I'll buy them. I think I dropped like literally $5,000 on 2 birds, right? It was something crazy. It was a long time ago. She goes, I really want them. She was crying because she wants one. And she had, I was like, oh, I'll buy you the fucking birds. I'll buy parrots. They live 100 years.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
parrots live
100
forever.
fucking
Yeah, you're going to have to
And they
pass
get-
that thing off.
And they get attached to you. But you can't keep them in a cage.
They got
It's not happening.
talons.
Yeah. They terrorize my dog. My dog would be eating. They'd climb down. And
Birds
scream at
aren't
him and bite
domestic
him.
animals.
No.
No, you can't have a bird. I'll
They're
take a
fox.
flamingo.
You're literally clipping their wings. It's literally a fish out of water. That's like things that you're like, that's not natural.
Yeah.
No, we should. Birds are not pets.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got?
All
Evan,
right.
the otter, the beard, the cub,
The bird.
the bird,
Yeah,
The
it's-
bird
the
man.
parrot.
It's definitely gotten worse recently too.
Evan the parakeet.
The more you two have run with the Evans gay saga, the more DMs I get.
If you're gay, you're gay. I don't care.
I don't give a fuck. Matter of fact,
Skylar-
No, it's funny.
It's way more fun if
It's
you are.
super funny.
Wear less leather, maybe?
Yeah, maybe wear less leather.
I think. Well, I mean,
But assless chaps are so comfortable.
Right?
There you go.
They are. You can really breathe.
you can breathe.
What? Yeah.
It's easy access
Easy
All right.
to
access.
your motorcycle.
Easy access to your motorcycle.
What's up, bro?
There you
Okay.
It's here at Otter.
All right. So first one we got for today, Skylar, you're gonna like this one.
Great.
Looks like MMA is gonna get legalized in New York finally.
I know.
Is that
It's-
for sure?
it's
I've heard
hitting-
this so many times.
No, this is actually.
I want to be able to get a decent
Historically, it
slice
would be
and watch a
surprising.
fight.
So they're putting it. It's actually made it to the assembly floor for the first time ever. And historically, they don't they don't really move anything to the assembly floor unless they have the votes to make it pass in the first place. Very democratic. So it's happening early next week, and if history holds up, it'll be legal.
Now, I got really discouraged by the last the last one where Chris was really banging the drum, and I actually like tweeted at some senator or some crazy thing.
Yeah, that was when that fuck Sheldon Silver was running the show.
But he's
Super
out.
corrupt. He gone.
No, but he was
died,
gone by
right?
this point. But I think he was maybe still pulling strings.
Did he
or something.
die?
No, he got
No, he's in
indicted on
jail.
corruption charges.
Yeah,
Oh,
let
yeah.
it do it.
Yeah, he's a crook.
So do we know what date they're looking for? I'm surprised they didn't do UFC 200 there. Obviously, it's too early, but
Not gonna happen because they're gonna do that new MGM.
They already had the MGM thing scheduled out at this point.
So
Like
they'll
they booked
just
MGM or not MGM. They booked Madison Square Garden
For April
and then
23rd.
An injunction got filed against them by I believe the Culinary.
so
Union.
do we know when it's gonna happen?
when it hits the floor for vote
Yeah, or I wonder when UFC
early
would-
next week.
So
They could go to Madison Square Garden for any number, and it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be,
you gotta have John Jones on it.
and you gotta have Chris Weidman on it
Yes, but John Jones fights in April. Chris fights in.
in like June,
So you could do it late in the year.
September.
You could do a super fight with them, or you could have
New
John,
Year's.
You could have John versus Cain Velasquez.
You should.
You have John versus
Rumble.
Verdum.
Verdum.
John versus Verdum. John versus
You need a super
Stipe.
fight.
That's weird. That's
Stipe-
not marketable.
Stipe would,
Not
I
marketable.
think Stipe would beat John Jones.
Easy
up.
with that immediately.
no Brennan?
Oh,
Stipe?
come on,
His
man.
boxing and his wrestling. Good luck.
No.
Way
Wrestling's
bigger.
not better than John's.
It's-
He's not.
it's
He's not.
good,
He's
though.
not way
It's
bigger.
good,
He's
though.
not bigger.
He's
Stipe's an inch short of me. He's 240.
his head is so
John's
giant.
Let's see what happens when John comes back. That's gonna be fun. Because I was watching him hit mitts, and it was like.
So you put
Jack.
When I was there, he was just transitioning from the powerlifting to just like hitting mitts again. And it was
I think Stipe though, when you're that big, those guys can.
Bro, Stipe has a long way to go before he's in this conversation.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
not even.
He's
in
gotta
the
beat-
ballpark.
he's gotta beat Verdum.
They're not giving Stipe John Jones.
yeah, that's not happening.
So John Jones fights Cain Velasquez, Verdum. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Stipe's he's not even in this.
He could be.
He might be Rumble. If you have another, if you
You
have
could
like,
have Rumble.
if you have,
I'm
if
saying
you-
he's not even in the. He's not
No.
marketable. John. Why would John take that fight?
Right.
No
well,
one
what
knows
they're
who
gonna
Stipe
do
is.
what they're gonna do is since Chris is gonna be Rocco, they're gonna do Chris Rockhold 3.
So
at
then
the end of the
then
trilogy.
John would go up. If
John
fight Rumbles,
would either
if
fight
Rumble
Rumble-
wins, if he, I don't know who he's fighting next. If he wins one, he'd have to win one, or he'd fight a heavyweight.
Rumble's gonna win his next fight, and I don't know who he's fighting. Evan, could you find out? Because
Chris-
it's not like a James Tahuna. You know when it's almost like one of the. It's like
Skylar, who
like-
Rumble's fighting next?
Yeah, who's
Yeah.
Rumble fighting?
he's
Is he? I don't think he's scheduled.
he might not be
I
scheduled.
thought he was holding out for a title shot.
He might be. I thought he had someone like fairly easy. You know, like bottom of the top 10 or something like that. But anyway, yeah. So Rumble is going to. I think I like Jones Rumble. I mean, this a lot of things have to happen for this. Jones Verdum or Jones Cain. That's one fight.
A lot of things don't have to happen for that to win. All that has to happen for that to win is John beats DC, Verdum beats Stipe in Brazil.
I was talking about the
that's easy.
Cain and the
Cain
other
thing. Who
variables.
knows? Cain's injured. Who knows
Yeah.
what the fuck he's doing?
I think it might be John versus Verdum or John versus Rumble. That's one fight. Then you have Chris Luke 3, which that's what I'm believing is happening. So don't
That's
say
only if
anything
Chris
else, or else
wins.
I'll cry. I'll be
Yeah.
very upset if you don't say
All right.
anything about
Your
that.
boyfriend-
No,
your
we're good.
boyfriend- your
You know we
boyfriend
love
prevails.
Chris, and we love Luke though.
Yeah.
You know, Luke's been on
you
fighting
got-
the kid.
That's
Chris
great.
hasn't.
Yeah, well, you know
I've
what?
met Luke and he's my boyfriend. I got my hair cut like him.
Cool.
So I got to go with Luke.
We
That's
love
cool.
Luke now.
I just want to
That's
look
cool
like
that you
Luke.
guys like Luke.
Chris knows I love him.
Luke
Hate
is
his
supremely
shoes.
confident.
Terrible. They might be the worst ones yet, but it's
Doesn't
not
matter.
on him.
Luke could wear a dress and he's still getting all the girls with him.
What else you got, Ev?
I don't like Luke. And Connor will probably be on that card.
100%. And
So that's a motherfucker, and I'll be there. MSG.
but Dana's been waiting to get him at Square Garden forever, so that might be the biggest card in UFC history.
We should go to that. We should go to that fight.
We'll all go.
Yeah,
It'll be
fine.
fun.
We'll sit next to Rogan. You sit over there back in the back.
Probably in Dana's
I'll
section.
sit
Yeah,
cage
probably Dana's
side and you
section.
sit over there.
It might actually bump Will Smith for me like it did last time. So
No, you sit. You'll have good seats or on the floor. You're not gonna be where we're at.
You're not
gonna
be getting sweat.
You're gonna see my face and all the pictures.
I was front row next to Brock Lesnar the last fight.
I
That
don't
was
know
weird.
about that. I
weird.
didn't see that. Yeah.
Weird. Brock Lesnar was behind me, I think.
Dude, I don't think I'd go. I got to be honest. I'll go eat dinner and watch it somewhere. And then hang out with
Crystalia
guys
just left
after,
me
but
a
I wouldn't
message.
go.
Crystalia just left me a message, and
Yeah.
I'm tempted to play it. Let me just hear what he has to say.
Crystal Lee and I are
Wait,
making
you
a.
haven't heard it yet?
No, I haven't
Don't
heard
play
I
it.
won't.
You can probably hear this on air.
Yeah.
I would not take that message
That's a
right now.
terrible idea.
Hey,
Let's go
I'll
to the next-
transition.
a
Crystal Lee
bad
and I are
idea.
making a cartoon for MTV.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Dude, I've just talked to Chris this morning. He's the best.
Yeah, he's the best.
I need some tips on some stand-up tonight. And
You know his
do
little
something.
character that's like the baby, like the
Yeah.
little guy. So we're making this like baby DJ,
Sick,
and
man.
I'm like his like all the side characters of Entourage wrapped into one.
Dude.
Like you know, so and then my fiance is actually going to be on and play like his publicist like
Oh,
girlfriend.
nice, man. Thanks for giving me a role. That's cool.
And then eventually there will be like
Meathead?
yeah,
Like
no,
a
no, you
caveman?
know I want to go against type with you.
Thanks, bro.
I got your
Yes.
back.
Thanks.
And then I'm
dog.
gonna have this little like rat that follows them around. It's like, guys, why don't you ever invite me? And Brian, I think I'm thinking of Brian
Hey,
for
man.
that.
You not casting
My
Brian
voice-
as the
My
rat?
Yeah.
voice isn't like that, though.
Yeah.
Oh, my voice
Yeah.
isn't like that. I have a
Yeah.
very strong voice, so I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, but there's
Well,
this
he
guy.
becomes a hero. You
Yeah.
realize that it's a guy's. And
Yeah.
then he,
Are you yawning? And then there's this guy that the rat eats glass instead of cheese.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah.
And then dies.
And he's like, "Meh, meh,"
I
and
don't
then
wanna die that
so
way.
we're thinking of either Brian Callen
No, I
or
don't
Michael
wanna play
Rappaport for that.
Oh,
yeah,
that makes
yeah.
sense.
Weird.
Hold
What
on.
else you got,
I
Ev?
don't like that. I don't like this fucking thing. Hey, Brian, die more. I don't believe you. Fuck. I'm sorry. What's the most humiliating thing you ever had to do? You ever just,
I hate exertions when you're in ADR. You're just like, what
Like
the
you're
fuck am I
running?
doing? Yeah, you gotta like pretend, you know,
Yeah.
if it like.
oh, I did a fucking SVU,
Yeah.
CSI, whatever the fuck it is, or Law and Order. And Chris
Law and
Maloney,
Order,
Chris
yeah.
Maloney, who's a great guy. Chris Maloney had to. I'm dead. Like I play a bad guy, then I end up dead, and I'm fucking on a bathroom floor, and I'm lying there dead, and that's always fun. And I
Oh.
got some blood or some fucking make it.
You gotta take those short breaths so you
Just
can't like,
suck-
yeah.
Exactly. So you're like, all right, hold still. Yeah. And so Chris Maloney, he goes to look at me. He's got to bend over and look at me to see, look at my eyes or something. And I'm kind of dead with my, and I feel this impossible, this pain. Like I went, well, somebody just kicked me in the head with a steel boot. And what had happened was he had his steel heavy badge on, and as he leaned over, it fell out and hit me right in my forehead, like the metal part, the sharp metal went ding, like that. I was like, and I went, oh, I made this weird noise. Sorry, fucking Mark.
Dude.
They had to cover me up. It was just, it hurt so
Hilarious,
badly.
though.
It hurt so badly, but I was acting like, fine, it's
heavy
no big
shield?
deal. Yeah, we'll go
It's
again.
fine.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck, dude? It
You're like,
made
give
a
me this
noise in
Emmy.
my
I
head.
need an Emmy. I when I just did West Side Story, Tony dies at the end. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler
So
alert.
he dies in the center of the stage.
How dare you?
He dies in the center of the stage.
How'd you
and
die?
then
Like, I'm dying.
there's this moment, I like do a little singing, and then I die. I take my last breath, and then dramatically die to
Brilliant.
a chord, underscored. So I had like there's like a moment where it's like the initial reaction where both of the gangs kind of like storm on from other side, and this is a huge, like 50-yard sprint that these people have to do towards the center of the stage, and I was just waiting on one of them to just kind of
Run
trip,
in.
and I'm laying there like a sitting duck, literally
Just get
dead,
squashed.
with like a blood pack exploded, just being like, please don't just
Did
like
anyone fuck
fall.
up?
No, but every time you would
Yes.
feel on the stage, it would be thunderous because my head is,
Like
back of my head. So
brain trauma.
yeah. So by the way, that kind of hurt.
Yeah.
And they're
But-
jumping.
You
But
have
I
brain
just-
trauma.
Yeah, it was pretty awful.
Did anyone
that at
fuck?
BAM? Did you
Did
do that at
anyone
BAM?
fuck up on the show?
Yeah, I mean it's live theater.
Really, all the
Yeah.
time?
Constantly, yeah.
For sure, don't
cover.
fuck up.
You
Yeah,
cover.
but it's not like fuck up. Like, oh no, I don't know the next line. Like
They
know,
just
it's
keep
like,
going.
They just yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
I
live.
mean, yeah, we
get
can't
the giggles on
stop
stage.
this, man.
Dude,
Yeah.
during when we were shooting Fighting Game 3D, I'd get the giggles. Brian would get the giggles. When we both start laughing at each other, you can't.
I've done plays.
They might as well go rap
yeah.
for an hour.
I've done plays.
Yeah, you wanna
where-
take a
where I
break
start
after that
laughing.
for sure.
You ever laugh when you're doing a play on stage?
Oh, when you're in a long run of a show, sometimes
can't
all
take
the
it. I'll fuck
like
with my
when I
friends.
was doing Spring Awakening back in the day, there was like literally a scene where my whole purpose was to try to make Jonathan Groff break.
That's my favorite.
It was our favorite thing, and actually it got so bad that and no one else noticed because my face is towards upstage, so I'm just making the worst faces. And one time I go, "Hey, dude, is this actually starting to get to a place where you're supposed to have like a really dramatic moment? Am I being that guy?" He's like, "Please, it's getting me through everything.
Yeah.
Don't
'Cause
you
it's a
dare
struggle.
ever stop. I look forward to this
Me
every
too.
night. I can't wait to see what you're gonna do. You're gonna do it with
What
different
else
voice."
you got, Ev?
Yeah.
Try and get
Gotta-
through this current event.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's
tough.
tough
It's
sometimes.
the first
We're
ever
talk- we're talking-
Rogan length podcast you guys do.
6 hours.
We're talking
Interesting.
30. We're talking theater, you and I.
You know what I mean?
You and I.
It's like Charlie Rose.
Yeah, so this is
What else you
something-
got, Ev?
Well, this one is good and bad news.
Oh boy.
Your boy Spooky Ghost, the guy responsible for the
Exposing women.
that giant
Celebrity?
leak of celebrity nude pictures has been caught.
Oh, who is he?
Ryan Collins of Pennsylvania.
Is he white as fuck? Cheeto
faces
fingers?
up to 5 years in prison.
That's it?
He should though, because like
Yeah,
you're exposing.
fuck
I was
that
thinking
He'll
guy.
do
about that.
one and be out.
But Skylar, back me up on this. Like I was thinking about that. Like I purposely didn't look at those pictures of those women.
We looked at them together.
No, but because you were like showing me, but I said
Nah,
don't
you were
look at it.
scanning
No,
through
I
them.
did not. I did not look at the pictures. I saw one picture of Hope, I think, because somebody showed it to me, and I was like, I'm not watching this.
flattering.
But my
Asshole
but my thing is that
I don't even know who you're talking
is that I don't look at those pictures because I feel like I'm lending. I'm doing my part to basically.
You're
fucking-
contributing.
Yeah,
To this
sure.
to
bully.
humiliating somebody who doesn't want to be seen naked. It's kind of like walking up to a woman and ripping her fucking clothes off.
It's awful.
It really is.
It's the most violating thing you could
I
ever
think
do
it
to
is.
someone. Are you
And if
kidding
you
me?
guys are
and if
right.
you look at that stuff, man, I don't know.
Look, whatever.
You're part of the problem.
It's fine.
Yeah,
it's
man,
fine.
I'll tell you what, man. That guy should go to prison for life. Am I right, you fucking nerd?
Hey, man.
Man, come
It's
on.
not a big deal.
It is
Good
a big, it is a
God.
big deal. It is.
Look.
Don't look at them.
Look, curiosity killed
Yeah,
the cat.
hey, everyone. Don't look at the hot pictures of girls,
Let
man.
me see a picture of this guy.
They don't have one.
I want to see a picture of him.
You know what? You know how he should be? How he should be
They should
reprimanded?
blast out his nudes.
Just limp old dick.
With just
pictures.
Cheeto
Yeah.
fingers, just like, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Awful.
Just pictures of him just like,
Have him just be
oh.
naked and walk around.
No, not walk around, just blast him. It's on CNN, little twerp dick.
And I got a
Cheeto
car,
fingers.
I got one of those old school car antennas, and I'm just whipping his
Whipping
legs.
him.
Keep
No more
walking.
video games.
Spooky ghost.
It's awful. You know, I actually like. I never saw the Two Girls One Cup video. I don't.
I can't
ca-
watch it
I don't
'cause I'll
like.
throw up.
I
I
don't
don't
want to
watch
see.
beheadings. I don't watch any of that
Ooh,
shit.
Yeah.
no,
I
no,
don't
no.
like any
I
of
don't
it.
do well if there's shit involved. I will throw up. Beheadings, I can't watch because I can't sleep at night if I see those.
Yeah.
But if it's a hot chick, she's nude, and someone sends it to my phone, I'm gonna glance at it.
Look,
you
man, I
fucking
wanted to see it too, but
bitches.
I wanted to see. I'll be honest with you. Like, what's that girl's name from the Hunger Games?
Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, and I know like she was there was I had an opportunity to look at those pictures, and I kind of wanted to, and I didn't. I was like, I'm not fucking doing it. I'm not doing it because you're part of the problem. I'm not doing it.
Our fans are like this right now.
I think it's a violation. I think it's a shitty thing to do, and I think if you're a dude and you look at him, just keep this in mind. It's
If
just
you're a guy and you
perspective.
look at him, you should be
No,
fucking
you're
reprimanded.
She doesn't want anybody seeing her naked, and you're helping Spooky Ghost. You're part of the problem if you're bitch to peeping Tom, and it's a
Preach.
violation.
Preach,
So,
Ryan.
I don't think it's
How
manly.
dare
It's
you,
not
fellas?
manly.
It's not.
Come on,
I am.
don't do it,
I'm
you guys. If
disgusted.
you're listening,
Don't do
don't
it,
ever
guys.
do it. Be a gentleman.
What
Be
the
like
hell's
Brian.
the background
For
of
real.
your phone, though, Brendan? Why is the background of your phone?
It's
Jennifer
Hope's
Lawrence.
Jennifer-
What the fuck?
It's Hope Solo's asshole. Ah, fuck. Spooky Ghost. I love you, man. What else you got, Ev?
All right. Well, we're gonna stick to a theme of insane sexual harassment stuff.
And by the way, Brian and I are going to take the moral ground, and Brendan's going to keep the fan
That's
base
right.
alive.
That's right.
Great.
That's right. That's
Yes.
right.
This is the headline.
Our fans
on this
smell
story.
bullshit.
This is the headline. Verbatim. Masturbating ninja terrorizes university students after being filmed pleasuring himself while peering in their windows.
Oh, dude, I filled out
Yeah.
that Mad Libs.
He covers himself in a legit like ninja sheets.
He's in all white
With-
ninja sheets.
That's
All
not
white
creepy
ninja
at all.
sheets.
Ninjas aren't
With
white,
just
you
his dick-
fuck.
With just his dick in hands, and he goes to University of Washington dorm rooms and just starts cranking down in front of
This
open
guy should be
windows.
awarded.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
A for effort.
You think this guy should get the death penalty or what, Brian?
The jack off.
Should
the jack off
this
ninja.
guy be disciplined?
The jack
Should he
off
be
ninja?
beheaded?
No, but he should be disciplined.
It's almost too. It's almost
not hurting
It's
anyone.
almost too weird.
He's jacking
It's
off.
almost-
He's already lost in life. He's jacking off in front of people's mirrors or windows dressed as
when
a
you're
white
a woman,
ninja.
when you're a
he's
woman,
already lost.
When you're a woman and a
He's-
guy shows up like a
He's already
mummy,
been disciplined.
if you see a
He's
mummy
not-
with a
he's
heart
not-
on and he's jerking off at your window, you're as a woman, you're gonna be a little.
He's not
fucking
hurting
not-
anyone. He's
he's not-
literally in front of the mirror
Well, we don't
dressed
know.
as a mummy.
But we don't know if he's going to.
They would have said.
So you'd be like, let him finish.
I would laugh. I'd be like, what the fuck is
Hey,
this guy
that's
doing?
honestly
Hold on.
That's bordering on
Instagram.
funny, man. I mean, because it's like he's not. I mean, I hope he's not a peeping Tom or he's
It
like
didn't
doing
say
it.
any of
Yeah,
that. It
he's
said
just
literally
walking around.
walking around dressed as a white mummy, jacking off.
So he wants people to see him.
He's awesome.
I think he's just so weird that it's like, oh yeah, that's Larry. He does that.
Yeah,
you know what I
that's
mean?
Bill, man. You know, he likes dressed as a mummy and show his dick. What city?
It's in Seattle.
He
He's
should
doing
get
it
the
to
key to
University
the
of
city.
Washington.
That guy should get the key of the city.
Seattle's so liberal. They're probably like, let him do it. He's expressing
He's. I mean,
himself.
keep an eye on
As
that
long
guy.
as he's not hurting anyone or touching
Yeah,
anyone,
like a
go-
fucking tracking
you
bracelet.
should be able to dress as a mummy and jack off.
I don't agree with that, but all right.
This guy just gets police escorts
I
all
don't
of a sudden.
want him
Like,
in my neighborhood.
technically,
It's a jack off mummy, you guys. Hey, you want to come over?
He's done it 4 times.
Yeah.
They got surveillance footage of all 4 times.
that's just like someone who's so weird.
So now it's a
Yeah.
trend.
So he's just walking around jerking off in the air, like basically. It's not like he's looking into women's. He is.
No, he's just kind of wandering around just as a white ninja, which is hilarious.
Open air makes my dick hard. What happened? Too much? What'd I say?
No, I mean, the guy obviously has some issues.
I guess.
so many.
It's
So many and so
How
specific.
can he display? He's already lost.
Yeah.
He's a grown man, dresses up as a white ninja. There are no white ninjas in this
Yeah.
old kung fu movie. Dresses up as a white ninja and jacks off
He's a
and
good
just
ninja.
wanders around.
Yeah, he's a good ninja.
Well, he's been caught 4 times.
He's a terrible
He
ninja.
hasn't been caught.
He's not
done
in the
it 4
Legion
times.
of Shadows.
Some
Let's say
people get
that.
off. I
No.
guess some people get off on almost being caught or just doing something outrageous.
Dude, I was watching a video. I forget what it was on, but it's this Asian girl. She has like a jagillion followers on Instagram, and her thing that people get off to.
Oh God.
No, it's nothing nasty. I couldn't believe it. I don't get it at all. Usually I'm like, I can see how people could jack off that. She had a loaf of. She has like loaves of different bread, and she shoves her face in them and like grinds on this
Yep.
bread. Like there's a big sourdough batch. There's a nice rainbow, bread. There's Wonder Bread. There's like a big wheat patch.
bread fetish.
And she just like smushes her
I think
face.
it's called
like,
the British.
Is it breadish?
Yeah, it's a
It's
category.
this Asian chick, and she's killing the game.
I have
It's
such a
just
hard
so
on
weird.
right
I
now.
wonder if it's just like a bunch of like girls getting ready for bikini season, being like, "I want bread so bad, I will just watch
Might be
like
that.
some I don't know
That's
Asian
what
girl
I ain't
like
afraid of
just
gluten.
eat." And no Ezekiel, I want sourdough. It's just like, oh Jesus.
Well, like, is there guys jacking off like, oh God, that's a baguette. Oh, squish your face on it.
Yes, the answer is yes.
Oh God, there. Oh, it's sourdough.
Dude.
How's that work?
Sourdough.
Skylar's so embarrassed. Bro, you listen to the show all the time. Go on.
I know when I'm on.
We're being PG-13.
There's
for you,
times-
'cause
there's
I don't
ti-
want your wife to have
Yeah.
me assassinated.
She loves you guys, but the thing is, like, when I sometimes when I listen to the show, I'm like, God, thank God I'm not on this episode. This has just gone too far.
Oh, sometimes we get way too far.
Yeah.
It's his fault. He
Yeah.
always like
Yeah.
pushes the envelope, and then I
How
follow.
do you go further than the white ninja, and then be like, I could beat that. There's also Bredish
There's
McGee
this-
over here.
There's this chick that balls
British
deep
McGee.
in wheat bread, and guys are jacking off to it. That will one up it. What else you got, Ev?
That's a wrap on currents.
He's like, well,
Amazing,
there's actually a
man.
7-grain situation.
7 grain. This guy's making a hot dog bun on his
Here's
dick.
my problem. Here's my
Well, let me ask you something, Brian.
yeah.
And
Skylar.
yeah, I wonder if anyone
What's
else
up,
is here.
brother? Yeah, I know. I'm
Hey,
just
man.
well
Jesus.
because you know what? You're a smart dude, and you don't really lose things.
Yeah.
But me and Brian lose things all the
I
time.
lose things all the time, dude.
I wish
know,
there was like a
man.
tracking thing.
I know.
know.
Listen,
What?
let's just talk about the state that we're in right now.
Yeah.
Technology.
California?
There's smart cars. There's smartphones. There's even smart homes. Technology has made everything super smart.
But
these
what
sure
days.
about
has made everything
technology,
smart.
though? But what
I
about
know,
technology?
man. But losing your stuff, it makes smart people feel dumb.
I feel dumb as heck.
It's called
when I
public
lose my
school, bro.
keys. I
Hey,
lost-
watch your P's and Q's.
Samesies.
It's public school, brother.
I lost my keys.
think it's
and
called
yelled at
public
my
school,
whole
but yeah.
family. I screamed. at
I
them.
know, man. Listen, Tracker makes losing things a thing of the past.
Tracker?
Yeah, Tracker.
Tracker.com?
Tracker.com is a coin-sized device that locates misplaced keys, wallets, bags, computers, whatever you want in seconds. Not minutes, not hours, in seconds.
Seconds.
I mean, when you lose those car keys, you're freaking out.
Freaking.
Not anymore with Tracker. Just pair Tracker to your smartphone, attach it to anything, and find its precise location with a tap of a button. Boom, son. Oh, but what if I lose my phone and that's on there? Lose your phone? Sweet. Press the button on Tracker and your phone rings.
Get out of here.
Even if it's on silent.
What?
wow,
Yeah,
that
man.
would be just. Hopefully, it doesn't have it in a movie theater.
It is crazy. Never lose anything ever again with Tracker.
Polly want a tracker? I know I do. Tracker.com.
Tracker.com.
Polly want a tracker? I know I do.
Hey, sing us a Tracker song.
Here you go, Tracker. The special discount gets you 40% off the Tracker
What?
device. Go to The Tracker, thetracker.com. Enter promo code FIGHTER. Polly want a tracker.
Tracker.com?
Tracker.com, promo code FIGHTER.
If you're in a bind and you can't find, go to tracker.com.
Code FIGHTER, 40% off. Again, that's Tracker.com, promo code FIGHTER. Don't lose your shit anymore.
Don't lose
Booyah. You got to drop knowledge?
I do. Can you sing me in?
Oh, yeah. Dropping knowledge with the kid.
Oh, it's just
Dropping knowledge with the kid.
God, I wish I could sing like that.
God. If I was a girl, it's fucking Red Panty Night.
Oh, yeah. If I was a guy. What?
Just look.
Very cool, man. I gotta
Very
fucking
cool, yeah.
come on, man. I got
Dropping
fiance, I got bills. What
knowledge.
the fuck you doing?
Do you and your girl sing to each other when you?
Yeah, but we don't take each other too seriously.
I'm making coffee this morning.
Yeah, we have fun.
Just messing around. If it's
Yeah.
serious,
I've
it's
been
not
half
funny.
a coconut milk. Yeah.
Never. She's one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life. Probably. She's
Talented.
amazing. God,
Super
Does
talented.
this-
Is she just working like crazy?
always,
Yeah,
Always.
you guys are always doing something.
always.
Wasn't she like doing something in
Woody
Africa or some
Allen. She's
shit?
Cape Town, South Africa, and then she went to Jack's right there to New York
You
to
don't see
film.
each other that much then.
No, we do. We don't go.
They
a
make
week.
it happen. Yeah, they freak
A-
out.
ask.
They
ask.
freak out if they don't see each other.
Yeah. Mm.
He texts me. He's like, "Bro, what am I gonna do? Is there any way I can get the tracker device and put it on my girl?" I'm like, "Bro."
You gotta not say that.
Well, no, it's past the read.
It's still a
Yeah.
liability.
Ah.
So don't say that.
No, it's a joke.
I know.
What's your deal today?
I don't know.
God damn it! You're sick. First of all,
Yeah.
you look every bit of 60 right now.
Do I?
You look
I
like
look a
pure
little
shit.
tired.
Are you sick?
I'm okay.
You
I
feel like
don't know what
you got a
happened.
runny nose?
No, I just.
You're
woke
real
up-
sensitive.
I woke up all like my whole body hurt.
Hey man,
What?
we got a huge sold out 650
Hey.
people
Hey,
crowd.
I did a fucking hour of comedy with swine flu.
Jesus.
With swine flu?
Yes, I fucking did. With swine flu. And
Were your eyes
and
slitty
killed
like
it.
that?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. There's nothing that would keep me.
Did you
I've
just do
I've
swine
had
flu
the worst
jokes, though?
colds, Nothing stops me. I get on stage.
You're
doesn't
good.
Matter. It doesn't matter what it is.
Oh, dude, I hear that.
Oh,
Right?
There's not an option.
Show
doesn't
must
matter.
go on.
Hopefully
So
the
here's
live
my-
show. Hopefully you're better than the live show than this podcast. Let's see.
Here's my dropping knowledge.
Thank God for the voice.
Here's my dropping knowledge. So it turns out that pharmaceutical companies are hiring cheerleaders to sell their products, and usually very good-looking women. And they've done some studies that suggest that women who are really good-looking, when they touch doctors and stuff, are better able to convince doctors to prescribe this medication. And they don't really know much about the medication, but they're just told to sell it. And so now there's a lawsuit that suggests, because it's illegal to hire somebody or not hire somebody because of their race or their I guess their belief system, their creed. But there's nothing that says you can't not hire somebody if they're just not good looking enough for your company. So
That's fair.
well, and that's the question. So now it's being challenged in the Supreme Court. So the real question is, do you think it's okay for a company to be like, too ugly, good looking, you get a job? That's the question.
If they're qualified,
Yeah.
you shouldn't just discriminate based on looks. Now
But they do.
well, of course they do.
Yeah, because you're selling.
You're
And-
selling. It's an image-based
How
industry.
the fuck do you think Keely got this job?
There you go, baby.
She's not a 6'6", 600-pound dude.
I think a company should be allowed to do whatever it wants, personally. And if-
I do too, because
especially-
they own the company. They're private, right?
yeah. Well,
They run it how they
some of
wanna
them
run
are
it.
public companies, but still.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, as far as hiring all that, that's
Well, they're selling more product. You're able to sell more product with a very good-looking ex-cheerleader woman, and the majority of doctors are still men. The math says I need to push this.
Have you ever
drug.
seen the pharmaceutical sale reps?
Unbelievable.
I dated one.
very
and
hot.
What they do is they're selling. dick
They're selling
pills or whatever.
evil. That's
Yeah.
why.
They're selling
Yeah.
evil.
So they're
but,
disguising the evilness.
But no, these hot girls go to the doctor, flirt with the doctor, and that's how the doctors place the order. They're literally a pharmaceutical rep. They're some of the hottest women in the
Yes.
world because they're going to all these different doctor offices.
Yes.
Well, if fucking Gertrude, who's a warlock, shows up at 250 pounds,
Yeah.
yeah, you're going to be quicker to read those side
dressed like
effects.
shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're like Jesus. Yeah.
You're like, may cause death. Get out of my office
Yeah,
immediately.
see ya. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
They bring
But
the
that
hot
is a-
chicken. She honey dicks you. You're like, yeah, I'll take 600 of those pills. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the problem. That is the problem because
That-
you want to
that's
see her
what-
and then they
with
start
but-
peddling it to their people, and then we're all
Well, or
dying.
doctors start. To
That's the
flirt,
way we're
they ask
wired.
you
That's
out.
the way we're wired. That's the way we're wired, though.
Yeah.
Human beings are
I
wired towards more attractive people.
I agree. Even
I'm not saying it's right.
No, but
I'm
even,
saying it's the way we're wired.
Even you see that thing they did on Discovery where infants, if you show an infant, somebody with a very symmetrical face, like a supermodel, and then just a regular person, the infant will keep staring at that supermodel. They stare at symmetry. And how about this? It goes even better. They took the sweat. They had men work out, and they had women smell their sweat. This is so fucking crazy. And the women said, I like this sweat. I don't like the sweat. The sweat they liked the most were the guys that were the most symmetrical.
Mm-hmm.
That's so weird.
Really weird. They had more symmetry, and there's a lot of evidence to suggest that they also had better immune systems, which is like, damn. So
Were they all Eric Decker?
they may as well. But that's
all.
true because, you want to breed. We all want to, at the end of the day, we probably all are looking for somebody we can, pass our genes on to, So it's like.
Well, there are just like good-looking people where you're like, you think Ronaldo has his BO probably bottle that shit.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
You don't think I see Serena Williams like, let's have a kid right now?
Yeah.
Why not?
Genetics?
Genetics.
I was talking pure scent at this point.
That too, though.
Weird.
Tyler, you smell like music and justice.
Thanks, man. Skylar, though. Learn my name.
Skylar, though. What he said?
Tyler.
You said Tyler?
I said Skylar.
Well,
He's-
we'll play
But
that
I like
back.
Tyler.
You mind playing that back in the sound department,
Hey,
having the
man,
out or
hold
the
on.
bird, the beard?
Colin,
Skylar, do you need some money, or because I can?
Probably.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, if
I,
you
ne-
want-
I would say no to
Yeah.
it, but when I go to banks, like, I don't know. You're pretty outlandish with your money, MC Hammer.
Brendan, don't go to that bank.
Oh, by the way, I have no more money. I spent all my money, so I need
Welcome
money
to the club.
immediately.
I'm
Yeah.
hood rich. I buy watches, shoes, cars.
Spend
I need a
everything I
loan,
make.
Brian.
You need a loan?
Do you have a bank?
Well, you guys are hard
Should I just go to U.S. Bank or
Bank's
something?
not going to trust you.
Wells
They're gonna
Fargo,
turn you
none of
away.
that?
No, you haven't heard
I've been
of
to. By the way, I've been to every bank in California recently.
They said no.
Turned down.
Skylar, have you
I've
not
been
heard
there.
of? Have you not heard of Avant?
If I did, do you think I'd be going to any fucking bank? Sorry, I know we're not supposed to curse during reading.
Nah, you're fine,
It's
man.
okay though, because you get mad because
Yeah.
money's stressful.
Yeah.
Skylar, Avant's a company that basically puts you there. There are people that are willing to bet on you. If you got an idea for a business or whatever, there are people out there. There's a lot of people in the world. There's somebody out there who's willing to lend you money, between $15,000 up to $35,000.
Avant's going to do that?
Yes.
Yeah,
You go to
but what
Avant-
kind of holes do you have to jump through?
Probably
all
a
you
lot.
do, you go to Avant.
Do I have to give him my newborn child?
No, and a lot of places banks do. You have to give there are a lot of banks. They did a special on Discovery where banks require your firstborn, not Avant. You go to
Believe me, I've tried to give other people's firstborns. Guess what?
they're
Bank
not
of America
having it.
won't do that
They're
for
like,
me.
we're all set on children.
look.
Yeah.
You go to AvantOffer.com on your computer or phone. Check your rate, risk-free with no effect on your FICO score. Because sometimes when you check your credit, it can kind of affect your credit. Don't worry. Complete your application takes minutes, and the funds could be in your account as soon as tomorrow. I said it. Tomorrow, Skylar. Relax. Tyler.
Jesus
If
Christ.
any of my listeners need an unsecured personal loan between $1,000 and $35,000, go to AvantOffer.com.
AvantOffer.com. You can bet on the fact that you'll get bet on.
That's right, and you'll get a $50 Amazon.com gift card after you make your first payment. By the way, guys, all BS aside, I read an article about Avant. I've read a couple of articles.
Well, you guys only peddle the things that you guys believe in.
Yeah, we're not going to. Nobody's allowed to advertise on this unless I did my research on the company.
Mm-hmm.
And
We
I
meet with
read-
them. We talk
yeah,
with them.
and I-
We have to go
It's a
tour
good
Dollar
company.
Shave Club and Movement Watches.
That's
because
cool.
that's our rules. I gotta know what we're selling, and it's actually a very good company. If you look at the reviews and if you look at like what their customer satisfaction is, it's excellent.
That's
And
fantastic.
What's cool, what I like about it is it's kind of like the Uber, Airbnb of banking. It's like there are people out there that have money that want to take a risk on you. They're
It
just
can
out
be
there.
tough. Get your money.
AvantOffer.com.
Let's go some fan questions. Evan, the otter, the body, the beard, the parrot.
Fan questions.
Oh,
Damn, you can hit high notes, bro.
you
Easily.
can do it all.
That song you wrote for my dad, I
Right?
kept listening to it because it was so good, and I wanted to be able to sing it, and I just couldn't.
It's
do it.
not for you.
I tried to write it in your voice, too, just so you
It
could
was-
maybe
It
try.
was a little bit of genius. I gotta
Thanks,
give you
man.
some props. It was
That's
a
a-
little bit of genius.
Took me 20 minutes. It was hard.
Hey man, that's cocky. That's cocky.
What do you got, Ev?
All right, first one's for you, Shop. Does the fact that Matt Mitrione is getting a guaranteed 6 figures every time he fights for Bellator make it any more enticing for you to come back?
He makes more money on this podcast.
Correct.
Oops, sorry, that popped out.
Well, with live touring, podcasts, shows,
Makes a lot more money.
way more money. But that's not, who gives a fuck about that? I'm under contract with Zuffa. So the way they work, they like freeze your contract. So if I came back, and that's the last thing UFC told me, they said, like I told you, I got a repost on Instagram. Hey, thanks for the memories, blah, blah, blah.
And a quick threat.
I got an email with a threat. Basically, got an
quick
email
threat.
with a threat. Basically, hey, congrats on everything. If you ever decide to fight again, we own your ass. Zuffa. Zuffa. So
That's basically what it said.
Well, what happened with
showed
Wanderlei though?
Brian.
I mean, there must have just been it just
I think
expired.
his contract is out, yeah, and they released him of his contract.
They did.
So I mean, if I made a big fuss, they might release me.
They would never.
It'd be tough.
They
It'd
would
be bad
never
idea
do
for them
that.
to do that. Yeah.
What if you had a way of getting out of your contract?
If you called
We're
Dana
just throwing
personally,
magical loopholes here.
Okay. Don't. Don't.
I bet you if you called Dana,
You'd be the champion. Well, you'd have to fight
but
fight
I'm not
Matt for the
fighting
belt.
3 or 4 times. I've already fought Matt.
I
in
know
the
you
first
won.
round. But
I
the
know.
thing is
He really wasn't himself that day.
that's true. He might have been off.
Snooze
Yeah, First
festival.
anaconda choke in the UFC. But that's not the point of this. I don't want to be. It feels like a super fight. Like I'd even fight in the UFC again. It feels like a super fight, and they paid me crazy amounts of money, right? But I only fight once. I wouldn't do like multiple fights.
What if they wanted to fight? What if you went to Bellator and they wanted you to fight Kimbo?
That'd be awful.
I
You
would
love
do it
him.
tonight.
You would. You would.
You'd fight him tonight.
I'd fight him tonight with no training camp. But
There
I
you
love
go.
Kimbo.
Yeah, but it's good for Matt, man.
Yeah,
Love
but
Matt.
could you
get
beat
paid,
could you
man.
beat like Shamrock though? You know what I mean?
Probably not.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Probably not. Or Hoist.
Yeah, it'd be
tough.
terrible.
Would
You'd
I fight them all
facepalm
3?
them
Would
just
I
like-
fight them all 3 in the same night? Maybe.
3-ring circus.
Do you think you can fight all 3 of them in one night?
Yes. What can you do? No disrespect. What else you got, Ev?
All right, next one. So I'm a terrible singer compared to Skylar, as we all are. Are there any ways to train my vocal cords without a coach, or is it purely a genetic blessing?
Very boring question.
Train
Of course, it's training.
Train my vocal cords without a coach? What are you gonna do? I
Like-
mean, because you don't. Oh, but like listen to tapes, maybe, because you can't afford a vocal coach.
Yeah, that's
Something-
what I was asking.
I mean, you just there's so
Hey, you have to
much.
sing.
But you got to be gifted, right? Like
I have a
you would
question.
know, right?
Yeah.
You
Well, no,
probably.
no,
It's the same for being a doctor. Like being a doctor without med school, you could probably do that, right?
Yeah. I mean, singing is an athletic endeavor that requires just so much time to sing. Like
Well, it's
the way
a
Tyler does.
talent. I wouldn't call it an athletic
But
endeavor.
that's a physical. What I'm saying is that you
Big
have to
difference between
condition the
athletic.
muscles in your throat.
Yeah,
and it
for
takes
sure.
forever. And like someone like Skylar to get to that level where you can hit those notes and sing a musical and sing 7 ballads.
That's a
There's
talent.
it's literally like saying and correct me if I'm wrong, Skylar. It's like saying I want to get into the octagon and start throwing punches. Well,
Kind of.
you
Well,
gotta
no,
train.
because even if you didn't have talent, you can get in the octagon and throw punches. You have to be born with a special set of vocal cords.
Actually, I don't know.
Yeah,
about
but to
that.
thrive in the octagon, you'd have to
Yeah.
also be born with a certain skill set.
For
that,
sure, but I can't sing. Even if I had fucking Whitney Houston as my coach.
Well, you don't know,
rest in
Brennan,
peace.
because you didn't start when you were a kid. You might have,
It's a balance. It
There's
takes.
talent for sure in singing.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. For sure.
Well, you were born with a talent to sing
Yes.
and do musicals.
I don't know that you're definitely, some people have unique voices and stronger voices. They have a construction to their face and their body where sound resonates better.
So you tell me
Whitney Houston-
anyone could be in musicals?
No, I'm saying Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey, people like that, obviously have something already that's very special. Kind of like John Jones has the ability, just a body for fighting.
Was that
But
shadow
the
boxing? That
amount-
looked
yes,
amazing.
Yes, it was.
He does it all
The amount of training that goes into getting to a point where you can interpret songs and communicate with an audience.
For sure. I'm saying you're not even getting there.
Yeah,
unless you're
but
born
yeah,
with a
but
set
yeah,
of
but
vocal
Brian, you
cords.
need a natural ability to have musicality. I mean, there are
You're
people
talking
that
about
work.
talent.
Yes.
I mean, I used to compete when I was. This is nerd alert
I was gonna
central.
say,
I was just going to say, I bet you got so many chicks.
No, I used to do classical piano competitions and
Love it.
gold ribbon played at the library. It was kind of
Yeah, I think that's badass though. personally.
yeah, and I
Yeah,
would
it's
go
pretty
against
cool.
all these certain people that were a little bit more mechanical, and they were very good at classical music.
Yeah.
They just didn't have your interpretation. They didn't have your touch.
Yeah, and there's just a certain
Swagger,
other
skill set.
finesse. And by the way, they would crush me sometimes when it would come to those really quick Tchaikovsky pieces.
Yeah.
But anytime there was like a lyrical something, there
destroy
would be something that
It's
I
kind of
had.
like having
over-
a sense of humor. You either do or you
totally,
Born with it,
it's
right?
everything.
don't.
But
In
it's
some ways, or
but it's every talent or profession or anything. There's a certain there's something that you're born with, and then you harness it. And there is
work
no
at the
doubt,
craft.
to get back to that question, that if he, I don't know, these days with YouTube, found some sort of credible guy that does, hour-long vocal coachings that you could, he'll learn how to breathe better. He'll learn how to connect his voice. Over time, he will 100% get better. But I don't know if he'll be starring on Broadway.
But there's a lot of science to suggest, there's so many books now written about this, and it's difficult, kind of though, to put your finger on how you can measure someone's potential if they throw themselves into it full force. And if they have that mindset all the time. So if you look at people that have done huge things like Yo-Yo Ma or, anybody who's just, Wayne Gretzky. When Wayne Gretzky apparently was 2 years old, he would be watching hockey. And when his mom turned it off, he would start to cry. So at that age, he was already looking at it.
He had
And even
such a
studies-
skill set.
Yes.
Though. Wayne Gretzky
is
and
it
Brian Callen were
because-
born very different.
Yes, but is it because he was always thinking about it and always
That helps to be
looking
obsessed,
at
but
it?
To be great, you have to
let's
be
say
obsessed.
let's say
Yeah.
Brian Callen focused on hockey every day of your life.
Yeah.
You can never do what Wayne Gretzky
Yeah,
did.
he had
If
something.
if it's called talent.
Yeah.
He was born with it. So if LeBron James studied music every single day since he was a kid, he could not sing like
we don't
Skylar
know
Astin.
though. We don't know. That's
Ah,
the
we
thing.
kind of do.
No,
No,
we don't.
we
The
kinda do.
science-
There's
the
because how many
science-
kids go into musical and they don't do
Yes,
shit?
but how many kids are actually see what they think is genius may very well be just some people are born already at a very young age. That's all they want to do.
Yeah, but Brian, just so you know, I wasn't 2 years old watching musicals. Like I started when I was in high school because I always sang naturally.
Yeah,
in
Because
a
you were
certain
born
way.
with a
No, I
skill.
agree.
And then-
Like LeBron James could fucking.
yes.
watch-
Sports are very different because LeBron James. Is
What are you
just a
talking about?
freak,
People, there's, it's called talent. Not everyone's the same, man. No matter, listen, my mom told me that I could be fucking LeBron James. It's not true.
Right.
I watched NBA all the time when I was a kid.
right.
Doesn't work like that.
Yeah, and you know what?
Doesn't matter what my mom told me.
There's
what a
definitely
professor
the
told me.
intangible that some people just have something and others just don't.
But to
called
that
talent.
to that credit,
born with
also,
Yeah.
to Brendan's argument, like even though a lot of people would consider me a good singer, there are things that I can't do. So, like, of course, like I wasn't born with that skill set. I'm not a tenor one. I'm not a
Right.
boy soprano.
sure.
But you were born with an ability to interpret and make it kind of more personal, whatever it is, connect.
Sure.
But then again, does that come from social intelligence and liking people more? Who
Well,
knows?
I think, yeah. I mean, acting in general comes from life experience. Was the best training you could ever
But I
get.
don't know if I'd be a comic, and I don't know if I'd be as good as I am at comedy if I hadn't had to be as a kid, bounced around in different situations, and I wanted to make friends.
Yeah, the experiences made
So-
you.
But it's
Funny.
all a
Training
balance.
when
You're
it-
also a naturally funny person,
Good-looking
and good looking, and like your hair's, it's questionable.
Don't say that because my
Hair's
hair's
leaving.
I got a
It's
looking
haircut. No,
better.
not. No, I look good.
It's looking
You can't-
better.
You do look good.
Yeah.
He does
next
look good,
question, Ev.
actually. Fuck.
All right, next question. So this guy's 22. He's fresh out the military, and he's been seeing a girl for the last 7 years, and he's fallen out of love with her. He wants to know, how do I tell her I don't love her anymore without seeming like too much of a dick? Also, is it selfish of me to want out without trying to work it out?
The truth is, you're not into her. You have to follow the truth because it's gonna find its way through. It's,
Yeah,
it's
I think you already know. If you sent the Fire and the Kid a question whether you should break up with your girl or not, it's time to break up.
it's a
Yeah.
bum.
It's
And
time.
the rest is
I
procrastination.
think it's pretty. Yeah, you're just.
Hey.
You're probably a nice guy. You don't want to hurt her feelings.
Yeah.
But if you're sending Brendan Schaub, Skylar, and Brian Callen the question, it's time to break
Yeah,
up.
you already know the answer.
Yeah.
It's
Also,
over.
also, if you're asking, you don't want to be a dick about it. Here's how you just don't be a dick about it.
Yeah. It's so hard.
Dude, tell her the truth. I mean, it's hard. It's hard. Hurting people is sometimes harder than being broken up with.
Here's what you do, bro. You dress as a white ninja. You start jacking off in her in the window, and she's gonna break up with you when she thinks you're the guy from Seattle. There you go.
There it is.
There's an
problem
idea
solved.
for you. Problem
There it
solved.
is.
She breaks up with you. Boom. You both win.
You both
What
win.
else you got, Ev?
All right, how did you pop the question to the fiance? P.S. You won my favorite co-host vote over Rappaport.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's like, fuck you, Brian. Like, you're coming in here and, like, fucking Walt Frazier would fucking, you cocksuck. That's my best Michael Rappaport.
all
good.
over the
Really
place.
liked him on.
Michael
He was on
Rappaport.
Marin yesterday.
Was
They
he?
loved him. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love him.
He's the best.
Fucking Knicks are killing me. You know
Yeah.
that. Anyway, that's
Killing
fine.
me.
What was the question? How did
you propose to your girl?
Well, what's this person's, like, name or handle?
Leia Bell 84.
Okay. Well, Leia Bell, I'm going to. There's some things that you just keep private, and I will say that it was the most unbelievably magical thing I've ever
I bet you
done.
put so much thought into it. You know how I picture it?
Yeah, let's just go with
You're
it.
on the ocean. You get down on one knee and you start. And I swear
by the moon and the stars in the sky.
And then I came out. I was like,
I'll be there. And then you go, I'll be there.
Well, no, you do that.
Oh, I'll be there. And then you go, for better or worse, till death do us part.
Guys,
I
where's my
love
part?
you with every beat of my heart. And I swear.
And I have the ring.
Yeah, and then he has the
I
ring.
know, I have the ring.
And then,
Fuck, I
and then
wanna
you
be
both
in the
ruin
I
it.
have the ring. No,
I'm
you're
not
in the
in there.
back dancing.
And then
You're
you
like
both ruin
this.
it by the time I do the, oh, I swear.
And then I go,
He swears.
chocolate-covered strawberries, girl.
But they're melted.
Oh, is that a ring? And I ate 3 of them. I apologize. These are my favorite. I ate half of them.
Chocolate around his mouth.
I'm sorry. I'm
Chocolate around his mouth.
thick as shit. I apologize. And there's
You start
sand on them.
You start
There's
peeing.
sand on 'em, like,
but you're in a
oh,
bathing suit, so is that as
God.
bad?
And then there's me behind him going, you guys gonna get it on tonight? You guys gonna fuck, huh?
Hey, you guys about to get wild, huh? And we just ruin it for you.
Yeah.
She goes,
But then
They
no,
come with
you start
no.
slowly fading back into the ocean.
Like mermaids.
And you try to be really
See
smooth
ya,
about
kids.
it, but then a phantom
cows.
wave comes from behind it, just collects you.
You have to
Whiplash.
save us. Your
Yeah.
girl has to save us.
And then we're so mad, but you had the ring, so we got to find the ring in an ocean.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it happened. So yeah. You know, most people know it was in Hawaii, and you can only imagine it was personal, it was beautiful, and
It was
only,
in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Is that a pineapple? Whoops, it's a ring. Hey, girl.
Chocolate
We've been
covered
together.
pie.
We've been together for a minute now. I just want you to know. 1, you're like a dream come true. 2, I wanna be with you. 3, how
Girl,
about
it's
you
plain to
and
see.
me?
Oh, no, he's-
4,
You're the only one for me, and 4 repeat steps. Wait, is that R. Kelly?
that's Brian McKnight. Watch your
Yeah.
mouth.
By the way, shitty key. It was too low, and now it's too
I
high.
know you messed
So
it up. So I
mid-range
would
is,
say
if
yes.
ever I believe my work is done,
Then I
Started
start back
back
at 1.
and I started. It gets really.
Yeah, then I
Started back at 1.
I want to be in this fucking
You're
music.
not in this
But
gross
then you're
shit.
behind, and you're like,
You guys are letting me.
"Hey,
I
you
can't
guys
get
think I
in.
should dress up as this ninja real quick?"
Brian
White
comes out in
ninja.
white ninja. I missed it.
I'm a white jacking off ninja.
I'm a ninja that jacks off while you're proposing to
Don't do it
your
like
girl.
that. It's all loose. You're all loose.
Well, yeah, he's
Oh,
not.
God.
All right.
Yeah, sorry, man.
Sorry.
It was all fun and games
I
until
can't
you-
think of any
games.
other way you did it.
All right, moving on. Is that it?
I think that's the best way to wrap it up.
That's way. Skylar Astin once again.
Just the
Killing it.
best.
You're the best,
2016 triple threat. What are we in March? I'll come back and do another one, but I
Obviously.
want maybe 2. By the way, I'm really. I always turn you down when you first ask me to be on the show, right? Or do I get back to you right away and say how can we make it happen?
You get back to right away and say, how can we make it
Yeah,
happen?
weird.
You're a good friend. You're a busy dude.
Jesus.
We really wanted you in the Fire and Kid music video, but you were
wow.
working and it just didn't work out.
Are you how far? How deep are
They're
you
done.
guys?
They're done.
Oh, they're good.
I sent
too.
you the highlight.
I
reel.
know it was amazing.
No,
do
you got to see. Send them. Just say no. It's really good.
do
Hey,
you? So you're done with the whole season?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm sure there'll be season 2. Don't worry.
Okay.
This
all
one
right.
should be a
You
hit.
probably should have got me in on season 1 though, because now I get to decide if I actually want to do
No,
it.
relax,
You'll want
relax,
season 2. It's gonna be
relax.
even bigger.
Yeah.
The
Bigger,
budget's gonna
better.
be way
also,
bigger.
ask us, and we'll see if we can fit you in.
And your girl might be into. We'll
I
figure-
might have
I'm texting with her back and forth. We'll see.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Ask
no.
her- yeah, ask
I
us
have
and
a
we'll see if we can try
third.
to-
I have a
yeah.
third
Don't be
franchise
obnoxious.
movie to do.
No,
so
no,
I
I
don't
know,
be-
but
no.
in between that, this is a way bigger deal, and we're closer friends.
Well,
Listen,
Yeah, that's actually true.
Finding Kid friends. Tomorrow night, while you're listening to this, well, no, March 18th.
Wait, it's tomorrow night when you're listening to this. Tomorrow when you're listening to this, we will be at the Denver Comedy Works South, March 18th. That's Friday, and that's Brendan Big Brown Schaub's birthday.
Woo woo!
March 19th as well. We do 4 shows.
We got 2
It's gonna
shows
be-
on
it's gonna be
Friday.
a
2
bitch.
shows. We got 2 shows on the 18th. 2 shows on the 19th.
Yeah, tickets are going fast, so hurry up and get them.
Get them. tfatk.com. Get them right now. Denver represent. Let's sell this bitch out. That's all I want for my birthday. Brian Callen will be
April
in.
1, 2, and 3. I'm at the San Jose Improv, so get your tickets.
And then April 7th, we start we call it the Texas tour, but
Jesus.
we start in New Orleans at House of Blues. That's April
Nolans.
7th.
Oh, that's
And then we
awesome.
go to Texas. Dallas is the 8th. And Houston. It's hot as shit there. We're there on the 9th. So 7th, 8th, and 9th. New Orleans is the 7th. Dallas is the 8th. And then Houston's the 9th. Booyah! That's the Texas tour. But Denver, let's sell this bitch out tonight, tomorrow. probably the only time we're going to be there, so you never know if you're going to see us again. It's kind of special. tfatk.com. Skylar Astin, you're the man.
This is the fighter and the kid. We out. Yeah.
We're out.